What happened? What up, gangsta? You saw me last night, man. The energy was sky high. It was bananas, man. I was never that way before in my life. You tell me you don't remember?
I don't know nothing about being a heavyweight champ. Only I know how to fight, right? I'm a nigga.
My father was a pimp, right? And my mother was a prostitute, right? So this is the product of it.
Yeah, I beat some guys up. I brutalized some people. I've been to jail. I've been in all type of you know, really, that's telling you I can't vote. I'm a felon. I'm paying millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars out of my ass for taxes, and I have no rights, and I don't got a chance in this society.
You're a complicated guy. You've had real highs and real lows. What do you think has been the highlight of your life so far, your best moment?
I'm 43. What do you want to get from this interview?
I want to see how much
you've
you've changed, Mike. You're a different person now, aren't you?
Me and your world is so vastly different. You could never understand the action and the excitement of it all. You know what I mean? The cunningness, you know what I mean? To be able to outsmart somebody was a big thrill.
I don't know, change comes in time. Change comes really in time. You're irritating me now.
I've definitely punched people in the face for saying stupid shit about Mike.
I guess I did change because I'm not assailing you.
I think that in a way, Mike Tyson is an American pit bull, and that he was trained and that he was bred, you know, to be a killer in the ring.
No one knows who you are. We see you every day. You have never been in no adversity where we can see if you're weak or strong. No one knows who you are.
It's just my nature. You know what I mean? To reach for you and take your heart or your blood or your spleen or your liver. This is going to be great. All right. But I love it. I'm good at this stuff, man. I won't talk nice to you and talk about fornicating with you and letting you suck my because if I was eloquent with you, you would still look at me as a scumbag. It's just who I am. I sacrificed so much of my life. Can I at least get laid? You know what I mean? I've been robbed of most of my money. Can I at least get a blowjob? I don't strike people as a guy that somebody wants to take care of. Oh, he's weak. He's all we can help him. He's the underdog. I've never been looked at like that. I'm a big black nigga. And he's semi-beast, so be careful. He doesn't need help. He needs to be locked up.
He's an animal. He just loves to fight. He just loves to hurt people. You know, he's not afraid of nothing.
I'm a nigga. White society thinks I'm an animal, a wild beast out of control, ready to rape their daughters or hurt them or do something drastic to them. I'm just the biggest prick as they are. You know, I'm whatever they want to be. I could be a kind, regal cat, and I can be a raving, stalk, mad maniac. I've been a lot of things. I've been many of things, and many of people.
From your own lips, what does Mike Tyson stand for?
I stand for everything, you know what I mean, that's wrong in any black man, black woman, anybody from any level of race, like Indians, Puerto Ricans, I'm all with them. I'm all for the underdog. You know what I mean? You got to stick together in life, you know what I mean? And I stand for them. I'm in a bunch of I've been convicted for raping somebody. I've been charged for raping somebody, but I got away with it, so to speak.
How confident, Mike, are you that you can win this fight?
Are you talking out of turn?
No, I think we're all talking together.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't talk anymore. You know, he's the biggest celebrity than everybody in the city. Everybody wants to see the man. And he's a really dynamic character.
Now, some of your critics would say, you know, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. I don't have no comment to that, you know, because it's negative and you're being negative. So interesting because you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that comment.
Come on.
No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit.
You know, we're doing live TV.
Hey, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
I don't want to hear nothing bad about Mike, man. You might get fucked up.
I don't know. I really wish I did now, but now I really do want to rape her and her mama.
Fucking big, strong, black rapist nigga.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. that.
Because that's somewhere I just like being. I like being sometimes a little arrogant, a little bit, not much, just a little bit, and, you know, a little spoiled. I like that. That's me, and it's always going to be me. I'm not going to try to change it for nobody.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes.
He's a living legend. His story, a work in progress. The final acts are still being written.
Punches are not made, they are born. He was born a puncher.
I want to have a perfect fight. I want to be the best fighter.
You were fierce in the ring. You would get into the ring, and people were scared of you.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, my man?
All right. Gonna be the next champ or what?
That's what I'm in the business for, of course.
Wherever I go, any country, any state, I go right to the ghetto because that's where I'm from. Regardless of, I thank people, you know what I mean, for making me articulate and, you know, eloquent. I'm able to talk to everyone and all that. That's good. But, you know, where I'm not from there. I'm from the ghetto. I'm from the dirt, hard bone, segregated ghetto. That's where I'm from.
Tyson grew up in Brooklyn. His father abandoned him. His mother couldn't control him.
Everything was so hostile. There was never a subtle moment there. It was always hostile. Cops always stopping. You know what I mean? Ambulance always coming to pick up somebody. Guns always going off. People are getting stabbed. Windows are being broken. Very, very hostile. You know, we were excited. We thought it was something. You know what I mean? Just to watch these guys shooting out one another.
See, the X-Men are mutants. Oh. And they're born with strange abilities.
We were just poor black kids that no one cared about. So we didn't care about anyone either. I was just a monster as a kid. The beast survived, you know, the toughest survived, the meanest. You have to be willing to do what no one else would do. Mean, ferocious, bloodthirsty, you just have to be the man.
He was a teenage mugger and predator. He had 38 arrests as a juvenile.
I started breaking the houses in Brooklyn. I like the armed robberies. You have to go where the money's at. You have to go in the stores and houses and stuff. I was more inclined to that kind of stuff when I was a child.
You got into robbing people when you were 7. You really had no supervision, nobody teaching you right from wrong.
Well, the people that was over my house, you know, they were pretty much into the fast street life.
My sister and brother, they used to kick at me all the time, and I just didn't want to fight. My brother was always a genius. Everybody in the block loved him.
And what they say about you?
I was a good piece of piece of
He was adjudicated a juvenile delinquent, and that means that a person would have committed a felony had they been 16 years old or older.
By the time he was 13, Tyson was sentenced to a juvenile center in upstate New York.
He was initially placed downstate, and because of acting out, he was sent to Tryon. He acted out severely at Tryon initially and then calmed down after meeting Bobby Stewart.
When he found out that Stewart was a former fighter, which he was, pro and amateur, Stewart showed him a couple of things, and Tyson became very energized and very excited about the prospect of maybe learning how to box. And when he found out he was friendly with Cuss, Tyson was excited that he might have an opportunity to come in and meet Cuss.
He found out that I was an ex-fighter, and he asked one of the staff, how can I meet Stewart? Finally, I went to his room one night, and I banged on his door to intimidate him. I said, so you want to meet me? What the hell do you want? He said, I want to be a fighter.
Tyson was sent to a detention center 100 miles from Brooklyn, not far from a town called Catskill, where an old boxing legend toiled in obscurity in a gym above a local police station.
I'm serious, Mr. Stewart. I said, let's see your behavior continue like it is for a few weeks, and then we'll see what happens. I told him that I knew Customato, and I said, he's taking in kids like you and work with them. Floyd Patterson, Jose Torres, and he's had champions and worked with other champions. And he said, really? And he saw us as a way to make it.
That's it. No, do it the other way.
Customato had turned around street kids before. He had trained the youngest heavyweight champion ever, Floyd Patterson.
He was 12 years old. He was 190 pounds. We had nobody near that weight, so Bobby boxed him. He tried to be ferocious. He went after Bobby. He was very strong, and Bobby had to open up to keep him in his place from overwhelming him. And Bobby said every time he hit me, he hurt me. Wow. I got somebody to be young about again, to have some hope. But Cus didn't want to wait. He was an older man who years earlier had fame, but didn't have it for a long time, had money, but didn't have it for a long time. And now he saw a chance to have it again.
I said, guess what he said about you, punk? He says, you continue down the line you're on now, you become the heavyweight champion of the world. And he hugged me. And he says, he did not. I said, he did, I'm telling you.
When he came, naturally, I'd talk to him and treat him like everybody else. He had to go through the same thing of preparing about the mind and the body and so forth and so on.
He has basically destroyed me of all my habits and yes, reformed me.
Remember, from the side, you can let that punch go with the worst kind of intention.
He's my first exposure to a white guy who didn't judge me.
With all the power you can generate.
And he was a lovable guy in ways. He was hugging people and stuff. And he needed that, too.
I was madly in love with Customato. I became, he broke me down and rebuilt me back up, and I became totally loyal to him.
The other day I was like this, I said, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this girl. Then I was saying, I better not do that. Cus doesn't like a father.
If you do it because I said it, you're a fool. You gotta do it because what I said was right. That's what you gotta do it for.
I was a young kid at the time. I just wanted to love him forever. I wanted to be my father.
Big house with like 13 or 14 rooms. And Mike and other young fighters all stayed there. Many of them never even turned professional. It was just like a halfway house for juvenile delinquents.
Put that in front of Cus machine.
He looked all dark.
Meat looks good. It is good. She always makes very good meatloaf. I don't generally eat meatloaf.
It's the second time these two men have fought. In their first fight, November 25th, 1938 at Madison Square Garden in New York.
It's a good fight. Be a champ of the world someday. Just keep your mind where it's supposed to be. Each week I teach him something new. First week I teach him how to slip punch. Second week I teach him how to weave hooks. Each time he come back, you could see he learned real fast because he was interested.
Tyson was like a sponge, and he just absorbed everything that Cus had to teach him. You know, the head movement, throwing the punches with bad intentions.
That's the, there you go, there you go. Again. Who's the last guy to stop? Very good, that's right. Very good.
The proper snap, and I recall Mike, you know, practicing for long, sustained periods of time, 10, 15 minutes, in the mirror, just throwing like the right uppercut or left hook, just over and over and over.
Not because I said, all I do is remind you. You got to do it because you know it's right to do. It's going to benefit you in the long run.
The trainers worked on Tyson's boxing skills. Cus used Jose Torres as a role model.
Coach D'Amato said, this kid may become the youngest heavyweight champion of the world.
If there's no spark, I can't put life. I'm not a creator. What I do is discover and uncover, see? And when I uncover, the boys themselves discover qualities in themselves that didn't even know they had.
Let's go get ready for a fight. Come on.
I was just 15. This is a big time event. I'm emotionally afraid. I'm a street kid. I'm used to pulling out my gun at people, and now I'm getting ready to fight a guy head up with rules now. He might beat my ass.
Cus, 8-second knockout the first round. 8-second knockout. The right hand. The official came over to him and said, you just set a record. Fastest knockout ever.
Had a head full of incredible knowledge and had this impact on every fighter that he had ever trained. We saw it with Jose Torres, who later became the light heavyweight champion.
To make it perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect.
It was almost as though he had a branding iron, and he would stamp customized thought patterns or whatever on the fighter.
Gus was saying, you're not in jail no more. You have a chance to make yourself something productive here.
Gus had a philosophy about boxing and life and how they intertwine. And it was close. He was on the road to going down probably as the greatest heavyweight ever.
But in the same breath, we're still showing him you were still going to get away with things that someone else couldn't get away with. When Tyson started to develop, it was just certain things that started taking precedent over what had been. Tyson went wayward, if you want to call it that, further and further. And because of Cus's approach to it, things started snowballing. You were still going to break the rules because you could punch and because now you had the ability to be a world champion fighter. And Cus was playing a dangerous game, I thought.
Here we go. Bombs away, Jimmy. Let's watch this carefully. Because Tyson in the blue is a bomber. He's trained by no other than Cus D'Amato. And there it's all over.
He had this outer body that could really fool you into forgetting that he was still a kid who had to develop. Developed as he was physically, he was lacking emotionally. Look, just relax, Michael, relax, just relax. Just relax. Relax. Yeah, but just relax. Just relax. When we first started. Yeah, well, just relax. Don't get so tense. Relax. All of this is another boxing match. You've done it already 20 times. You've done it in the gym with better fighters than you're ever going to fight here. He's unsure of himself. He wants to be reaffirmed that this is worthwhile, that he is worthwhile, that he has merit, that he can handle this. Yeah. I'm like Tyson. Everybody likes me. Yeah, everyone likes you now. That's right. You have reason to be proud. I feel an affection for him. That I want him to be okay. I want him to not just win physically, but win emotionally. I want him to be able to get through this.
I don't know much about with Teddy and Mike other than it was a personality conflict there that had something to do with the girl.
Mike abused somebody in the community there that was close to me.
Teddy had married a young lady. We were all kids then, and he had a sister-in-law that was a young girl, and we were all friends, and I guess I was a young boy, and I was fresh, and I grabbed her butt.
She was 11 years old, and she was part of my family. I reacted in a way that I thought I had to react at that time, and I confronted Mike with it.
Teddy Atlas found out one day that Mike Tyson had lewdly propositioned an underage girl, a very underage girl.
My wife's family, and he kind of cornered her into a situation outside the gym. Mike got, like I said, got a little bit too big for himself, and thought he could do what he wanted. And I didn't allow him to do that. I confronted him, and it became almost a physical thing. And this wouldn't be tolerated. I went and found him, and I put a gun to his head.
Teddy got hold of Mike and took him over to the gym one night and put a gun to Mike Tyson's head. And it was a one-on-one situation. And he threatened to blow Mike Tyson's brains out.
And pulled the trigger back and told him that he would never put his hands on anyone in my family or do anything like that to anyone in my family again, or he'd be dead. Just to make sure he understood, I stuck the gun in his ear and then pulled it out of his ear and shot it off. He crumbled away, and I told him, don't make the mistake again. Understand that
you're not ever going to violate anyone in my family, ever.
You went over, you spoke to Teddy Atlas. Why did you decide to do that after not speaking to him for 2 decades?
I don't know, and life is short, man. I don't got no, I made amends with everybody. I never talked to Teddy and made any kind of amends with him or said sorry. And I just owe that to my sobriety to make amends. And that's just what I want to do in my life, you know. I'm a vicious addict, and I'm recovering, and I'm a die. If I don't follow my steps, I'm useless. If I don't do what the book tells me to do, I'm going to die.
I was sad when he did it. I'm never mad. I never was mad at Teddy for that. I was just so embarrassed that I did that to cause him to do that. I was never, ever mad at him to do it. He has to know I'm fucking sorry.
How important was Teddy Atlas to you earlier in life?
Extremely important. Extremely important. Extremely important.
The beginning of Mike Tyson's career was guided perfectly. From the trainers, the training, the promoting, the fights acquired for Mike Tyson.
I was wrong, and I'm just happy to be man enough to make my amends. You know, I don't know what life has in store for me. I'm never going to be wealthy, and all that stuff is never going to happen. I'm just happy if I died tomorrow, I was overpaid, and that's just one of the perks right there.
He wanted to impress us. He knew exactly why he was there. He was there to audition, to be able to change his life maybe, to move somewhere else after he got out of prison.
Mike Tyson was sent back up to the Tryon School by Customato, the reform school he had come out of, for a few days until things cooled off. And during that time, Customato got rid of Teddy Atlas.
That's it. Very good, very good.
Jimmy and Bill Caton knew what they were doing with Mike Tyson. And if they said, Kevin Rooney is your man, he's going to train you, there were no more questions.
Team Tyson was the perfect team for boxing.
Like, do the best you ever did, you know what I'm saying? You guys understand what I'm saying? Don't make me go off, you understand?
Rooney's journey to his enviable position began as a teenager in upstate New York, where he sat at the feet of Zen boxing master Cus D'Amato.
There was like a power about him. And then the more I got to know him, the more he spoke to me. Like when I first came up, we used to take long rides to the city, and he would talk over and over the stories and, you know, life in general. You know, I feel that everything that I know and that I teach is what I learned from Cus.
Rooney was D'Amato's keenest disciple when Tyson arrived at age 14 from a correctional institution. Gradually, a bond developed between the amateur and the pro, and D'Amato groomed Rooney to carry on his legacy through the future champion.
We just both grew up around Cus. We're like brothers. It's not business to me between me and him. I guess we're more friends than just, you know, boxer, trainer. But when it comes to business, when a job has to be done, you know, we both do our job. My fighter, Customato's fighter, Mike Tyson, who had the potential to be the greatest heavyweight ever, break Rocky Marciano's record of 49-0.
He's a good fighter, too.
Who?
Mike.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think he's a good fighter. Do you really think so?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think so?
I don't know.
Well, you must have some reason for thinking that.
Looks like he can knock out anybody.
Well, that's a very good reason, isn't it?
I don't consider that I'm better than anybody, but I don't consider anyone is better than me. Now, how can I say that? I say that because I got an education. I was around Customato.
I couldn't have done it without that insight that he gave me. He just knew. That's why I don't understand that part of my life.
Who was head and shoulders above everybody. There wasn't a greater trainer, teacher, or manager than Cus. I feel I give him good advice. Now, if the fighter goes out there and does it, that's good. If the fighter doesn't do it, that's bad. And if he doesn't do it, then they're going to look at me. So far they haven't had that opportunity. But you can see the handwriting's on the wall. If something is to go wrong, it's all going to come on Kevin Rooney. But that's the business. So, you know, it's no big deal. I'm not going to lose any more hair over it.
And Kevin Rooney and Tyson had this closeness because of that closeness Tyson had with Customato. But whatever they were doing, it worked. And Kevin Rooney was all of a sudden looking like the greatest trainer who has ever come into the sport of boxing.
Left hand low, we'll see whether the two match up. There's another right by Tyson.
I'm feeling real white and happy. It was ironic because my mother was sick. I almost forgot about my mother because I was living upper middle class life. I'm in my white world. And then Cuss tells me about my mother's situation with the cancer, and I don't understand it. And so I go down, I go to the hospital, and I see my mother. I had no idea. I've seen movies. I've never saw anyone sick with cancer, so I expect to see, well, you know, I love you, but I'm a goner now, Johnny. I'm used to seeing movies. Actually, to go there and witness my mother stricken with this illness was over. Well, man, oh man, when my mother died, that just really overwhelmed me. I didn't even care. I lived in this play world, and it was overwhelming me. It was really crushing me at the time.
When his mother died, he asked me if I should be his mother. It'd be all right if he calls me mother. I says, yes, Mike. So from that time, I became his mother. Cuz became his father.
I covered up, I kissed her, I never returned, but I kept telling my sister, hey, I'm going there every day. I've been going every day, but I was out getting high and drinking every night because that that took me for, man, I smoked Angel. I really did, man, cocaine. Man, I must have been 15. I blew my mind. So one day, my sister came home, and I guess I was slept because I was hungover and everything, so I was sleeping. I was in my underwear and I was walking, I guess, to open the door for her. And as soon as I open the door, she punches me right in my face. Bam! And she said, why you didn't tell me Mommy was dead? And I said, oh. And I didn't want to get killed right there, so I said, I didn't want to hurt you. I couldn't tell you. I went there, but I never went. And, I don't know. I couldn't even go down and witness the body, but my cousin Eric went with her. It was wild.
To me, he's my boy. He's with me.
I never look at it as he's my trainer, my manager. He's like my father.
I often say to him, you know, I owe you a lot, and he doesn't know what I mean, but I'm going to tell him now what I mean. If he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today.
God forbid, if anything happened to Cuz, we're all professionals, and we're going to continue. And the outcome is going to be the same.
I often say to him, you know, I owe you a lot, and he doesn't know what I mean, but I'm going to tell him now what I mean. Because if he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that he is here and doing what he's doing, and doing as well as he's doing, and improving as he has, gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive. And I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. Because I will not leave until that happens.
He was a cold old man that'd been through a lot. I wish he lived long enough. I just wish he lived long enough.
Tyson was hit with the hardest blow of his career when his adoptive father and mentor, Cus D'Amato, died of pneumonia.
Cus D'Amato was 77 when he died in 1985. He was the only father Mike had ever known. Now what do you do? Who do you trust? Who do you believe? You're an alien in your own world.
That's why I talk to him. I'm trying to understand who he is. I meet this guy. Who is this guy? He's not here no more. Who the hell is this guy? What the hell is this all about? Me meeting this guy dying, and now I'm out here by myself.
You have to face your demons. You hear me, Mike? Because if you don't, they'll follow you to eternity. And you remember, Mike, to be careful how you fight your fight. Because the way you fight your fight will be the way you live your life.
Enter Jim Jacobs, Cus's confidant and financial backer. Jacobs had paid for Tyson's bills all along, but now he had to lend his emotions. Tyson embraced him as his protector.
Mike Tyson is definitely going to be
the heavyweight champion of the world. The real question is when.
Let's flash forward. March 6th, 1985, the professional debut of Mike Tyson against Hector Mercedes. Bert, when's the first time you saw Mike Tyson?
This kid with a butcher block body just beating the bejabbers out of people in a wham-bam, thank you, ma'am fashion.
April 10th, 1985, Trent Singleton. Now, don't blink. This is going to be fast. I think like a three-punch combination here, Teddy. Blinding speed, body, head. I mean, it's incredible to watch these early tapes. No matter what the opposition is, this is impressive at his age.
Did you see the speed in his, as you call it, audition? Did you see that speed?
Yeah, we did. We saw that he was a guy at 12 years old that was strong as hell, but he had quick hands. You could see that, but he was raw, and he didn't have the technique. He didn't couple up with the technique. And without the technique, and I'm not in any way trying to, boast of myself. I'm just saying if he didn't wind up in Catskill with what he had and with what he didn't have, with the flaws that would show themselves later on, I don't think with all that power he would have been world champion. The technique that he learned to use that ability was very, very important in his career.
Yeah. And he was running, and it made it more difficult because he was only there to survive.
Rick the Ram Spain.
Tyson, we've already seen in his brief pro career, hits like a steam hammer. The eyes of the giveaway. Oh, the legs have gone.
Well, that's what basically me and my manager, Customato, was training on from the beginning. You don't have to throw a lot of punches, but every punch you throw, make sure it hurt him, hit him in the right spot where he's vulnerable at. And that's what I was trying to place the punch. With every punch hit him, he'd be hurt at all times.
John Alderson.
Tyson is so powerful, no matter how he delivers those punches, they hurt. Boy, every punch Tyson throws is meant to knock you out.
Alderson down in this round. They survive as he goes down again at the belt.
And there's a good straight right hand by Mike Tyson. That sent Alderson down. And that was the first knockdown, I believe. And there's a happy Mike Tyson.
Introducing Lorenzo Kennedy.
Over Vernon Bridges.
And look at Tyson go right after Kennedy. Now, Kennedy is a boxer, but gets knocked down with the first left hook he takes. Look at the power already from Mike Tyson. This one could be over. It is. Joe Cortez stops it.
Mike Tyson's devastating punch distinguished him very quickly, and after 6 months on the professional stage, his record stood at 7 wins, all by knockout. The boxing world was watching.
Remember Donnie Long?
Yeah, I remember Donnie Long.
Donnie Long, there's a quote from Donnie Long before your fight saying something along the lines. That's one of my favorite things. He's like,
I plan on boxing Tyson too. I think that I can box as good as he can, and I keep him in the middle of the ring, and I can punch if not better than Tyson.
I'm gonna see Mike Tyson, and I'm gonna knock him out. And this guy has the most
you
classic,
the
classic 70s fro.
With the peace fight picking it.
Will this be a win that puts Donnie Long back into the heavyweight picture?
This will be a win that let everybody know that Donnie Long is back.
As Tyson comes out with a strong right hand barrage again.
This is as bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look, but give Tyson credit, that's it.
And the next thing you see is this guy just laying on the ground.
Wow. The left hand puts him down. He collapses, and this one is over as the doctors rush into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome aboard Big Bob Colane.
Left hook, good night. It was no comp. Let's like the rest of it. A lot of people came to look. Jesse Ferguson came to look. The Fraziers came to look.
James Broad was out there.
All of you come get some, because Mike Tyson's out here. He's waiting for you. All come get some.
10 wins, 7 inside round 1. Did I say 7? Make that 8.
He have a sledgehammer, man. When I go down there, I feel it. He ready to hit hard. It's the hardest I ever been hit.
It is the hardest here.
The hardest on my whole career, man.
Hey, yo, you must be joking. Niggas get their face peeled open. Guns, we unload them off at your dome. And plus, we hit midsections up. You with your kids and your woman, boy, I'm tearing you up. You with your mom, so what? I'm in the block. When you see my hand reach for my waist, you better hop. Better not fuck with P or fuck with C. Better off shutting the fuck up. Trust me, you got a better chance sticking that Brinks truck. Picking one of us for the herd. You'll be properly served. Rubies pop and whop your head. Right. Pam go off and drop you dead. Hey yo, done, what the fuck is the deal, my nigga? Fuck all these rapping shit, let's ride on these niggas. Cause this song ain't for entertainment, this is a street subpoena. For y'all niggas, bring yo. So let's take it to the pavement. I put my foot to your ass. You think you brave, kid? We ain't rappers, we gladiators. We do this in our spare time for the paper. That's right. I'm in the street like dirt, so deep in the street life I might not make it word. But I'm like so big, let's take it to the cement done. Let's do this. You must be smoking, dog. I had your clothes soaking. Really, it's no joke, kid. Seeing is believing, done. You know? So step up and get you some.
If Nelson gets an opening, Nelson can bing one in. Touchdown briefly there, thanks to body shots. The right knee just clipped the canvas. Oh, he's shaky. He's so shaky, and we're only in round one. And Nelson, who was in deep trouble, is in deeper trouble.
Tyson does not throw wild punches, Sam.
Big left hook. And there is Sam down. 3, 4.
The count is 5 for the rest of the 6. The count is 7. This one's over.
9.
This one is over.
DJ, play something. The South cool, we be digging they wave, cousin. We getting drunk and straight bugging. Brooklyn niggas up in here, homie. We ready to lay something. I breathe heavy, still got that weed in my lungs. Them lames hated on me, but tell them I'm back, son. New York on my back, it's a rap, them rats done. Hey, yo, Pip, fuck that. Tell them where you from. I'm from down the hill. The borderline of the side of the veil. This do or die, never ran, never will. You talk a good one, I want to
In Albany tonight, and he's clipped with the right hand. Lucky he was going back. Wasn't then. Left hand. How many times have we seen that? This is Tyson's 16th fight of the previous 15, 11 inside a round, and this is going to be another one. He's taken 2 counts. 3.
And the next thing you know, Mike Tyson was like the hottest up-and-coming fighter that we had seen since the young Cassius Clay.
Get it poppin', you ain't no G. When you see your enemy, P.O.P. Another man talking tough like that. Man, I ain't come up like that. A man telling on his friends and everybody worship the rat. Man, I ain't come up like that. How you came up, came what? You ain't a G, stay in your lane, chump. Hazed up, hugging the block, that's how I came up. Laid up, plotting the jokes, lifting your chain up. Way up, over your head, that's how I came up. Project niggas get killed on the side blocks. Clap them cross-eyed and leave them looking like Cyclops. Stop acting friendly when you know you resent me. Listen, I turn your legs to spaghetti. You talk about it a lot, but homie, I walk about it and pop. Something like the water when it be boiling out of the pot. Would've been popped on him and caught him for all his guap, but he broke. You can't squeeze water out of a rock.
Rocky Marciano. I mean, they were putting him in, or Joe Louis. They were putting him in that category because what? Because he was knocking guys out. He was knocking guys. Every time he threw the punch, he threw with bad intentions, and he wasn't getting hit.
Here we go. He is a fast starter. One thing we should mention, Jimmy, before the action heats up too much, is this is a 16-foot ring, very much to Tyson's liking. Starting out, going to the body. A couple of those punches appeared low. We saw Jesse Ferguson go into the corner and onto the ropes and then counter with left hooks off the ropes. Referee is Luis Rivera out of New York City. He threw a tremendous left hook, missed with it, and didn't go off balance. On the body. He hurt Ferguson a little bit with one of those body shots, Jim. Ferguson in his 10-round loss to Carl the Truth Williams, a TKO defeat, not a decision, was in trouble in both the first and 10th rounds, and now he's in trouble here. Blood coming out from the nose of Jesse Ferguson. The right uppercut up at 9 is Jesse Ferguson. I think that uppercut broke Ferguson's nose, Jim. He is in desperate trouble. He will not last much longer. Rivera almost stopped it there. Mike Tyson's known as a great finisher. Let's see how he does with Ferguson. Ferguson gamely hanging in, having trouble covering up, or
seconds, 3 seconds. And Jesse Ferguson barely made it out of round 5. Beginning of round 6. First time as a professional Tyson's ever been in this round.
He must maintain a little bit of distance so that he's going to take a point. He's disqualifying him. He disqualified Jesse Ferguson for clinching and refusing to break when ordered. He had warned him earlier in this round. Jesse Ferguson refused to break.
And round number 1 is underway. Out comes Tyson, as he always does, pressing straight forward, doesn't wear a robe into the ring, doesn't wear his socks, just puts on the shoes, the trunks, and the gloves, and he's ready to go to war. With about 20 seconds to go, and there is a solid shot. If Sadowski stayed up after that one, I don't know. Doesn't look like he'll beat the count.
The referee is Joe Cortez. There are 3 judges who will score the fight on the round system with supplemental point scoring in case of a draw. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. No standing 8 count. The mandatory 8 count is in effect. Tyson in the black trunks and James Quick Tillis in the white.
And Joe Cortez, the referee, quite properly did not break the fighters because Tyson's hands were not tied up. Again, the right uppercut just missed that time by Tillis.
Late in round 1, a round in which Tillis has not acquitted himself too badly, as he has managed to stay away from Tyson's thunderbolts, although he just took a right hand.
Come on, get those arms out. Come on, work out of there. This is an important learning experience for Mike Tyson. He's going to have to be able to handle a quick Tillis to get to the top even. He is right now. Tillis is making the mistake of trying to trade with Mike Tyson before he got punched. Again, he lunges in and gets caught.
The left hand drops Tillis onto the seat of his pants as round 4 is coming to a close. Closing with a flurry. The bell is going to sound. Big smile on the face of Bo Williford as he steps into the ring. I think he's quite proud, win or lose, of James Tillis. In the middle of the ring announcer Paul LaFleur with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official score. Judge Bernie Friedkin scores it 6 rounds to 4. Judge Allen scores it 6 rounds to 4. Judge Tony Moretz scores it 8 rounds to 2. In this decision and still undefeated, Mike Tyson.
And Mitchell Green now making his way down the hallway, and it's a very short walk up to the ring here. I should point out one other thing, too. There was a story released a little bit earlier today by the New York Post and spoken about on some of the local television newscasts here in New York as well, that the New York Police Department would perhaps arrest Mitchell Green either before or after the fight. Well, the story is there is a minor warrant for harassment that was issued on May 13th for Mitchell Green. The official statement of the police department says it's a violation. It's not a crime. And after the fight, Green's agent will be informed of exactly what action the police department will take. And it could be an arrest, it could be a fine, nobody really knows, but that is the official word. And in the meantime, Mitchell Green has some business to take care of. Here's a look at the record of Mitch Green. The one loss to Trevor Berbick, the draw early in his career, 10 knockouts. And a tail of the tape, of course, a 10-year age difference. I'm not sure how much of a factor that will really be.
He is ranked number 7 by the World Boxing Council from Queens, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mitch Blood Green.
And was so much a factor in the last fight that we showed you here on HBO, that between Larry Holmes and Michael Sphynx. Round 1. Mike Tyson right on top of Mitch Green.
Just as expected, Mike Tyson comes out like a locomotive, going straight for Mitch Green. Green, what he's going to have to do to be successful is to box. Pretty much do the same thing a boxer should do to a puncher. Keep that jab in his face and not be intimidated by his punching power. Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement by Mike Tyson.
That was about a three-punch combination by Mitch Green, Ray. But once again, it looks like Green is off balance when he throws his punches.
Well, the mistake that Mitch Green makes is the fact that he doesn't coordinate his fist. He's slapping his punches. And you have to make a guy like Mike Tyson respect you. Have to get those punches in and get him in sharp. That's the uppercut that was working for Quick Tillers.
Remember, this is only the first round. It's a very up-tempo first round. Good uppercut there by Tyson. And shots to the body. Green got a couple of punches in, but as far as how solid those punches are, there's no comparison. Now Green holding and hitting. Tyson had it. And what a shot. That is an awesome shot.
That was just a jab. You have to appreciate it. One left jab. And the mouthpiece is gone once again.
Can be learned in talking to some of the people he fought.
Look at here.
Just laughing at him. And Green seems to me, Ray, to be doing all the wrong things.
He landed with a good uppercut there.
Green just trying to tie Tyson up, and a couple of good shots by Mitch Green. His best rally of the fight right here.
Look here. No.
He's caught Tyson 4 or 5 times, and Tyson for the first time seems a little bit puzzled.
Well, he's smiling. Tyson is smiling, but see, Green has those fast hands.
Curious here, Ray, whether Tyson will be satisfied to go out winning, or does he want to go out closing the show in a sensational style?
Well, the way he's geared up now, he wants to go out in style.
And we come to just about the end of it here. Another day in the classroom. Big left hand to end things.
For the winner, for his 21st straight win in as many fights, Mike Tyson.
Reggie Gross.
Devastating one-punch finisher. And already, Hosea, good right uppercut. And once again, the legs twitch. Hosea in trouble. And down. Tyson wins inside 1 round. In upstate New York, 23 fights, 23 wins. And the hits literally just keep on coming.
The record 16-1 with 7 knockouts. There are the vital statistics on the young man who is attempting to continue his father's legacy in the sport.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Razor is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look. And he's going to stop the fight.
You said that you feel fear before a fight. Did you have any fear for this fight, and how do you deal with that fear?
Well, I use the fear to reflect it on my opponent, because fear I use as my friend. It's my friend. If I don't have it, I don't fight.
Here you're putting it back in the corner. There's the jab flicking out. Again, the jab, and here comes the uppercut.
Watch, look, everything's precise. I watch his hand come up. Watch him come down. As soon as he come down, boom!
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
when I go to big cities, everybody stop, you know, and it's like, wow, Mike Tyson.
My style is impetuous.
Get it poppin', man.
My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
Get in tune with the matrix. Your movement is basic. Plus, it's about time I introduce you to greatness.
You're Mike Tyson, aren't you? Aren't you that young knockout kid?
Volume 1, Volume 2. Now buckle for 3. You wouldn't know what fire is if it wasn't for me. No, I am ruthless to the game. Your Scooby is insane. I'm sick.
In the 18 months he has been fighting professionally, this 20-year-old heavyweight has posted an impressive 27-0 record, 25 by knockout. Mike Tyson will now face the greatest challenge of his short career when he meets Trevor Berbick on November 22nd for the WBC heavyweight title. If Tyson should win, he would become the youngest heavyweight champion ever.
Undefeated after 27 pro fights, Mike Tyson would get his title shot. A day with destiny at the age of 20.
I'm born to destroy. I'm born to be champion. You know, I was just some big gorilla knocking everybody out. Didn't stand for anything. Didn't really care about anything. Just want to fight everybody, the good people, the bad people, everybody. Just hate you all. You know, just you.
Fighting out of Catskill, New York, with 27 wins, no defeats, 25 KOs, he is the challenger, Mike Tyson.
And when November 23rd comes, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
On the line, the WBC heavyweight championship of the world. Trevor Berbick will try to stop Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has trained his whole life for this. He'll be able to get underneath it. Oh, wow! With a right, another left hook that just raises. Trevor, with this bravado, could get in some big trouble in a hurry. But this is a poor fight plan. Oh, the right hand gets him behind the left ear. You get the idea that Mike, as soon as, oh, a right hand, but the left hook right there. Notice Tyson throws him in 2s and 3s. The left hook is Berbick, and Tyson clips him with the left hand. Look at this, combination, and Berbick ready to go, but he stays on his feet. Again, he's run, catches him with a left hook. Trevor's ready to go again. Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he's got Trevor in trouble, and he's down. Bangs the body. Wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the ropes, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. It's all over. We've got a brand new heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
I just remember going back to the room and Mike having this belt and just staring at this green belt. And he just went up into the mirror and he was holding it up like this and just staring in the mirror and truly not believing that this was his or that this was him.
Personally, you know, I'm one that really don't care much about being in front of the television or anything like that. I'm just that kind of person. I get the biggest satisfaction from giving and receiving.
Look at this stuff. This is history here.
This is garbage. I can say I bled for garbage.
This is meaningless.
No, at one time it meant a lot. When you're just a young kid, this is everything to you. But then you realize your priorities change.
And they feel that, okay, if this brother can do it, get out of here, I can get out of here too. And make it better for myself.
Thank you, hon. Can I have a kid?
Mwah. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WBA heavyweight champion of the world, James Bone Crusher Smith.
Smith is being very patient, actually. There was a right hand by Smith. That actually backed Tyson up.
That was the best punch of the fight. We thought we would see that in the first 10 seconds, not in the last 10 seconds.
And it is over. For the new WBA WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
In the hood, I'm doing this joke, and I'm killing L.A., and I get to my Mike Tyson joke.
I go to my Mike Tyson joke, which I get the standing ovation on, complete silence.
And that's where I usually get a standing ovation. And when I get to the joke, nobody laughs.
Because I saw him at a club.
He'd be in the club.
You see him in the club and he sees some girls. And he be
you like BMWs?
Hi, how you doing? You like BMWs? The girls be like, what? Do you like BMW? You like cars? You like BMWs? What? Do you like BMWs? You like cars? Come on, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go get a car.
Run at 5:30 in the morning because it's dark out, and I always assume that my opponent's still sleeping, and that gives me extra strength, extra confidence.
Mike Tyson's in the
Nobody
audience.
to laugh. Nobody. You know why? Because Mike Tyson is in the building.
Mike Tyson came out of the fight. Where's Mike at?
Ooh-wee. That motherfucker looked right at me. So a dude in the back who's still my friend today said, yo, Mike is in here.
And then there was a black girl, and there was a black girl egging on. She was sitting in the front. What you gonna do, Jamie? You gonna tell your little joke?
Mike said, do the joke. That shit better be funny.
So hold on, where you going? Where you going?
Hi, welcome to Kentucky Fried Chicken. May I take your orders?
Yeah, can I get chicken and biscuit from store?
But I get a standing ovation after I come off stage.
Anyway, the joke goes over. It's a standing ovation.
But Mike was a wild boy.
What's that you say, sir? I want floor. I want floor. Lots of floor.
No, wait, then Jamie come out. I heard you talking shit.
Mike says, there he is.
And then Mike comes up to me. There he is.
I want to talk to you. Come here, I'm going to talk to you. You're a funny motherfucker. And he punched me in the chest, and shit was caving in. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
And he just tapped me on the chest like that. My chest caved in. But
Even
that
hurt.
Oh, my goodness.
I started hanging with him, like when he had the Lamborghini truck. Yeah. It was crazy. And then we get in, and Stevie Wonder's playing the piano, and he had a thing against the thong song dude.
Yo, Ebro, I forgot. We got to ask him one thing.
Go.
What about the story Jamie told us?
Which one?
Cisco.
Oh, Cisco.
What happened?
For whatever reason, Mike didn't like Cisco.
There was a party, I guess you and Jamie Foxx were at together, and Cisco, the thong song guy, was there.
Cisco. He didn't
like him? Fuck out of here, thong song. Get away from me, thong song. I hate that.
According to Jamie Foxx, you do not like the thong song.
Get the thong song. Get out of here.
My girl was liking the thong song guy, man.
Yeah, I don't like him. Get out of here, thong song.
And so you see Cisco like, what's wrong? Why does he not like me? I was like, I don't know, nigga, but just stay away from me.
What the fuck? What the hell is mother? Get the fuck
away from you.
What are you doing, my motherfucker?
You remember
Yeah,
this?
that girl loves the thong song.
Away from me.
You love this little motherfucker for what the fuck you doing? What's out your motherfucking mind, bitch?
And he flipped.
Look at this beautiful nigga. Oh, he's beautiful, baby. Fuck out of here, thong song.
To the point to where Stevie Wonder was like, what is going on?
And I was like,
what are you doing? I said, he don't know what's going on. I said, Stevie, stay with me over here. Stevie's like this.
I said, Stevie, sit down today. Cool. I said.
And he says to Cisco, like, get the fuck away from me, thong song.
Oh my God.
Jamie was like, Mike does not fuck with the thong song guy.
What the fuck does this little motherfucker?
So now
Why
Cisco,
is he
so
still
everybody's
there?
like this.
Yo, why hasn't Cisco
I
left?
know. Why is he still there?
You can't. It's too crowded. It's crazy.
Cisco,
it's
go
weird.
home, man.
I'm mad, motherfucker.
Mike beat your ass, and sometimes he kiss you after he beat you up. I seen him like whip people's ass, say good fight, and kiss him, and dudes let him kiss him.
Me and Mike knew each other, so he gave me a pass. Because I remember him saying one time, I like you. I don't like that Keenan I win. I'm going to go back to jail for
Because Keenan did it first on In Living Color, on the Love Connection.
He didn't like that.
But he kicked their ass so well that they be like this, thanks for the fight, man. Just don't hit me no more, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Hanklin, Pinsky, Howard.
Oh, he got the job done there. I think he must have heard you there, Jim. What a peach of a left hook that was. And he's going to do it in the sixth because he's only midway through. And this is the way he finishes him off now. The master of the finishing stuff. What a fighter. Absolute ferocious. And what a game man. He took every punch in the book there.
And I said, if I knock him out early when he's tired, he won't have no defense, and it'll be spectacular.
Do you feel he was the second best heavyweight out there?
Absolutely. Now I proved it.
Get out of here, man. Ain't no love in here, man. Don't worry about nothing.
There's a lot of girls in here.
Chatting among ourselves. I can't tell anything's gonna be all
Let me tell you
right.
something. Let me tell you something.
Okay. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. Be cool.
Oh, God. Over Dre drums, nigga. I ain't stupid. I see Doc. Then my dope come quicker. Whoa. Shorty hits
It's hypnotic, smooth, so erotic to watch. I'm gonna bounce that ass, girl. I get it crump in here, I make it jump in here, front in here, wheels up in here.
When you watch a Tyson documentary, it's fucking awesome. You're in awe.
Get my posse. Heavyweight champion. I'm champion.
Tyson. Tell me about what's going to be happening here tonight, the scene. Why are you here, and what's the scene going down?
See, that this rap music is taking the world by storm, and, you know, a lot of people is not respecting it and understanding it. But what you can say, it's a 22,000 capacity crowd, and the place is filled. And rap is going to live forever. A lot of people don't want to believe that. But I'm a rap person myself. I came up on rap, and this is what's happening. We got the best rappers in the world here. I'm proud to be a member of the rapper group, and this is where it's at.
Can we go down by rap? Yeah. Ice in the soldier at war.
LL.
Yeah.
All right, L. Tell me what's going down, man. Another crowning achievement for rap, 20,000 people.
We getting busy, you know what I'm saying? Running the Beasties, and Dave is about to tear things up, and we in the house supporting our brothers. We got Grandmaster Diodini, Magic in the house, E-Love Mike. We all rolling in effect, you know what I'm saying? We ain't mad at nobody. September 3rd, we getting busy, you know what I'm saying? New York City, damn boy.
Hold it! Y'all forgetting about the Flav, and he's in effect. Come and see the Flav. He's practically giving it all away.
This is number one. We got the best rappers in the world. We got the World Series. We have the World Series Mets in the world. We got the World Series Giants, and we got the World Heavyweight Champion. New York's the best in the world, and we can't be beat.
50 brand new cars that would pull in the fucking park. It was dude, it was craziness. The aura that surrounded Tyson at that time and just all the crazy shit that went on.
When I talk to Mike, when I see Mike, we talk about boxing and cars, because Mike loves cars. He knows a lot about cars and animals, man. Animals? People don't know that about him. He knows a lot about animals.
What kind of animals?
All kind, man. He's smart, man.
Hey, he had tigers. Charlie Murphy was on my podcast and told a story about Mike Tyson and a fucking tiger.
That's a man who one time I went to his house, and it was 6 limos, and nobody would get out the limo. And I said, how come nobody's getting out the car? They said, you don't see that lion standing over there?
He said with the tiger, you can tell when a tiger had a mood change because of their eyes. He said the lion, he couldn't tell.
Oh, sometimes I see she's ready to charge, I'll charge her right away. I guess the reverse, I charge her and she'll run. And just, it's gotta be a mind game because,
Wow. He was on the steps like this with a heavyweight belt.
What?
What? What? How come nobody wants to get out the car and play with my cat?
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine who was my car dealer. And selling cars, and I didn't have the money I was going to. I said, if you sell the cars, you can give me a Tiger too, and I'll pay you back later. And then next thing I know, I had 4 cubs at my house.
A lion in his front yard, loose.
Shit.
It was walking. It was off the leash, man. Then he came out and started wrestling with him. And
Oh my God. Damn, he wrestled. How big was the lion?
It was big, man. It was a lion, man.
He was wrestling with a lion.
Came over there and grabbed him and started tussling with him and all that.
Jesus.
I'm never going to be around another man in life that's going to do that in front of me. and you know what I'm saying? So everybody was in the car. You couldn't back out because it was all like 5 limos. So everybody's in the car horrified, thinking that Mike is getting ready to be eaten by this lion, but that doesn't happen. He plays with him and he takes him in the back.
physically I don't stand a chance. When they're too big, she's still a baby, she's 220 pounds. She got another 110 pounds to go.
Then what are you going to do?
Just keep her and breed her.
So you don't have Kenya anymore?
No.
So you don't have any?
No, this is what happened. Kenya was in Texas. And there was a neighbor. Well, you know how Texans are. There was a neighbor that jumped over the fence. Kenya's with us. So she said, wow, I can play with this cat. She went over the fence and Kenya ripped her hand off. And then, yeah, that's what happened. You know, because they tried to sue me, but it didn't work. But I said, I'll still pay for the operation.
There's no alarm clock, no wake-up call. After 8 years, it's Mike Tyson's body that signals the beginning of a new day.
No one wants to get up at 4 and run when it's pitch dark. It has to be done. And the only reason I do it so early is because I believe that the other guy isn't doing it, and that it gives me a little edge. The most difficult part about fighting is the training, because believe it or not, the easy part about fighting is the fighting.
With a professional record of 34 wins, no defeats, 29 KOs, he is the IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Tony TNT Tucker.
Well, Tony Tucker talked the talk and walked the walk.
I love you. No, you done with it right. All I'm going to say is, praise the Lord, Mike. Praise the Lord, baby.
For the winner by unanimous decision and undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Returning to bed after his morning run, the champ awakens once again to start the day's activities. These are the members of Camp Tyson. 5 weeks prior to a fight, they gather in Atlantic City to initiate the training program. There is no entourage.
When a fight scenario takes place, we act as a family. Kevin, Mike, and I, we live together, we go out together, we go to the gym together.
Monday through Saturday, Mike Tyson goes to work. During this period, he'll train an estimated 55 hours, spar 200 rounds, and shed approximately 15 pounds. A champion's life is very monotonous.
Around a month before the fight, the only thing I think about is just training, constantly training. I enjoy it, but you know, it gets sometimes boring because it's just constantly repetitious. My favorite part about training is then when the training is over and then it's time to fight, and I know I'm in supreme shape and there's no one's going to beat me. And then after the fight's over and I'm victorious, you know, I say, wow.
Introducing the #1 challenger in the world, Tyrell Biggs.
Oh, that was a tremendous left hand. Oh, this is it. He is gone right now. He has no legs at all. And 10 seconds to go in a round. There's a left hand. He's down again. It's over. It's all over.
What broke him down? Was it just constantly body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, I heard him, actually, he was crying in there, making woman gestures like, I can't find it, but I knew that he was breaking down soon.
You remember that fight?
Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
That was as close to a murder as you could watch on television.
When you start to watch the old fights of Tyson coming out, there's guys that just fuck.
Larry Holmes, the former heavyweight champion, 48 wins, 2 defeats, 34 wins inside the limit. But of course, Larry Holmes can't do this for 15 rounds, not at his age. Oh, goodness me, what a right hand there from Tyson. And Larry Holmes on his back here in round 4. And just put your mind back to the night when Ernie Shavers cracked him as well. How did Holmes beat that one? He's down again, second time. And again, that Tyson right hand. Oh, and he's got him again. Just picking the right punch. Oh, and he's got again, and the legs absolutely collapse underneath him.
I had to just overcome being madly in love with whores. I love prostitutes. The nastiest, the bitches, I love her, right? Listen.
Mike was going with 3 girls, but seemed to be semi-serious about 3 women. This was Miss America, Robin, and a very gorgeous model. We put one in one section, one in the second section, and one in the third section.
You know, there's really something about him where you're like gaga over him.
What the F. Scott Fitzgerald say, show me a hero and I'll write you a tragedy. What, they build us up just to break us down. The Beauty and the Beast, that's a great story. But the beauty couldn't train the beast. And he ate her. That's man, come on, that's real white to make you look like an evil black monster.
He loves women. Yeah, that was a problem. That was a problem for us, too. The loving women part. I remember Michael picking him up one time, and actually he had on a white sweatsuit, and he had lipstick stains on his crotch.
I was a pig. I've never been faithful to any woman I ever met in my life, and it wasn't easy for Robin to live with me either. You know what I mean? I'm a dirty dog, down deep.
I found a condom. That was a terrible feeling.
fantastic. Their honeymoon played out before the world press in Tokyo, where Mike and Robin were treated like royalty.
The challenger, Tony TNT Thor.
6 moves. Make a move.
Good left by Tyson. Clubs reeled.
Good body shot, but we need combinations now.
30 seconds left in the round.
I couldn't tell whether or not that punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
And it's over.
My mission is to go and destroy and not to let anything get involved. If you get punched, you get hurt. I refuse to be hurt, knocked down, and knocked out. I can't lose. I refuse to lose.
I love Jacobs. He was a beautiful man. It was all teamwork, I believed, in my life. He was just awesome, man.
Jacobs' death left his partner Bill Caton in charge of Mike's career. But Mike didn't really trust or know Bill Caton. At Jacobs' funeral, in rode Don King, sensing the first real crack in the Catskill connection.
Jim was the protector in that world. And a lot of people knew that Michael didn't have a relationship with Bill, so he was pretty much up for grabs. It was like open season. Who's going to get him?
In a way, Robin and Ruth were like a football team. They, you know, the mother-in-law had a game plan. The game plan was to get Mike Tyson on the field, march the ball up the field, score the touchdown.
So I fell in love with a woman. She had a different title, but she was a prostitute. I don't care what title you got. I could detect a rotten prostitute because that's who my mother was, and that's how come I could detect you.
But the women, being shrewd and greedy and smart on the one side, the criminal smartness.
He should sit down with Kevin, and I think if he would have stayed with Kevin, who knows how far he would have went. I mean, Cus had a lot of other champions, yes indeed, but what he did with Tyson was unique, man, you know.
They said to themselves, Don King, we don't need him. We don't need, you know, we're going to have him, he's going to take our money. We don't need him. We're going to take all the money we can get now.
Greed reaches at the deepest core of people. It reaches deep at them, and they're fighting for me and stuff and all that crap, and then...
Mike was at Jimmy Jacobs' funeral. There were shouting matches with people from Merrill Lynch over trust funds that Mike had put away.
Out of the ring, New York became the focus of an investigation of Tyson's finances by his wife and mother-in-law.
The mother and Robin Givens herself were up at offices of an investment firm, screaming desperately to get the money.
The newlyweds tried to buy a house and found out they had almost nothing in the bank. Robin and her mother were cast as gold diggers, and the press frenzy began.
You have poor Cush and poor Jimmy gone, rest their souls. All these forces struggling for the soul of Mike Tyson. Now we have Don King at the gate. This is a man who does not discourage easily.
Robin miscarried their first child just 2 weeks before the fight. Mike was devastated. Robin was accused of lying about the pregnancy.
I walk down, you know, I always try to get an edge where I can. When my guy's getting ready, but I go in and I think I'm gonna rattle the kid, cause he's under a lot of pressure.
You ever seen a grinder? You know the grinder that you take a wood and you put it in and it comes out the other end and shreds?
And I try to tell Jim and Bill, King said to me, he was gonna take your fight. I'm trying to tell you, he won't take it. Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton, oh no, they're too, blah, 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 blah. Hey, where did he end up? I tried to tell you, but hey, that's business.
That's my heart. It's grounded beef.
At the time, Jacobs, had passed. Jim Jacobs, the closest guy to him, had died right on the verge of this happening. He was in the mix with Robin Givens.
I don't care if you're a superstar, a model. That's what I like, so I can detect that. I can see the whore through you.
Is Tyson's business manager, Bill Caton, trying to break the bond of matrimony in order to strengthen his bond with the multi-million-dollar fighter.
Don King is trying to pull him away from Caton. So I'm in the dressing room with Tyson.
In many respects, Bill tried to throw up smoke screens for what the real issue was.
Robin Givens demanded an accounting of her new husband's worth.
I'm looking to rattle this guy. I walk in, and he's punching. Standing there, he and Rooney's putting something on, he's punching holes in the wall. I'm like to myself, oh no, this guy's getting ready to fight my guy, my little guy. And he's punching holes in the wall before he goes out to fight? Oh no.
The Sphynx fight was supposed to be Mike Tyson's crowning achievement, the richest fight in history, nearly overshadowed by tabloid journalism.
That night, Mike Tyson knew that his whole life had built to this moment. He had been groomed like a gladiator.
There was a gym called Golden Gloves, and Golden Gloves was the first gym that I worked out of in Vegas. And they used to shut the place down for Mike.
Speed bag, from jumping rope to heavy bag. Most fighters use similar training techniques. Yet Tyson's camp has developed a few tricks of its own.
Well, the purpose of the slip bag is to get the fighter moving his head, to get him in the habit of moving his head correctly. You have to try to be elusive. See, as long as the fighter's trying to be elusive, he's going to be all right. That's what I emphasize. That's what we're trying to. That's what we got over everybody else.
After 7 years of slipping and dodging this sand-filled pendulum, Mike Tyson has become one of the most evasive fighters in boxing today.
Ridiculous, ruthless, violent combinations like no one has ever thrown before.
There you go. That's what I'm talking. That's a combination you haven't seen. When I'm on the heavy bag with Michael, I'm working on his form. And I tell him, you're not moving enough, because you got to move at least 3 times.
The fucking power that this guy had when he punched, you had to be there to see it in person to really believe it. Like you said, the combination you see him throwing on the bag, and just when you saw it in person, you were just like, what the fuck?
Most impressive is the power and quickness he's developed. This 4-punch combination seems basic. For a heavyweight, 4 punches in under a second is incredible.
Now, what's the deal with this bag? Where do you get this bag from? Who made this bag?
Everlast made a special bag for him. So they'd come in and take down the bags in the fucking gym, the real bags, and they'd put up these special bags that were fucking this big.
It's almost like the old ones Everlast used to make for you. Yeah.
They were just massive. You couldn't put your arms around them, right? When he would hit a regular fucking bag that you would buy, you know when you break a firecracker in half? That's what the fucking bag would look like when he would hit it.
Watch closely.
Fucking murder. Murder.
Besides videotaping the punches that are thrown, Mike is instructed what to throw. Each type of punch has been assigned a number.
This is the best ones, right?
But yours was bigger than this, wasn't it?
250 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yours was bigger than this.
Yeah.
The right hand, I took right hand. Now give me 1-5-1. We use a number system where I call out the different numbers for the different punches. You know, 9, 10, 11. You know, body, head.
When Kevin tells me the numbers of 4, 5, 6, I know exactly what they are. I don't even have to think.
I don't give a fuck about Joe Louis. Muhammad Ali was the greatest, yes, a great cultural figure, a great boxer for his era. I think Mike Tyson was the greatest freak that's ever existed. I don't think there's ever been anybody like that.
I agree.
Tyson sued his manager Bill Caton, claiming Caton had been dishonest in his handlings of the champ's finances.
So suddenly there was a whole new cast of characters around Mike. And I think that Kevin Rooney didn't fit into the picture.
And what I did was, when he asked to have all the records, I had a complete readout made of every dollar in, every dollar out from the day we took over when Mike turned pro.
I didn't really have a direction when I was out. Even though I was still at the peak of my game, I just didn't have a direction in life.
And I sent that to the lawyer,
And that was the end of it. Lawyer, he was more than satisfied. We never heard another word from that lawyer. Even though King kept saying that we stole money, the fact is that we paid Mike everything, overpaid Mike.
He got involved in the fighter's personal life. Tyson didn't like that. He probably also had Don King whispering in his ear about maybe he'd be better off with new people around him. And he fired Kevin Rooney.
Kevin Rooney was a wonderful trainer for him. Kevin Rooney loved him. But Don King made him fire Kevin Rooney.
He was so tuned to that fight because he felt that unless he performed in that ring, then nobody would accept him outside of the ring.
The day Tyson fired Kevin Rooney, there was a cap put on Mike Tyson's development as a fighter.
That Tyson that we met that night, no other boxer, professionally or as an amateur, has seen that Mike Tyson other than Mike. Mike Tyson was at the best he could be that night.
Yo, Sean Price, King Kong in the place. Big gun, watch the bullet bing bong in your face.
The album's called Mike Tyson. He clearly must be some influence on you.
I mean, he's from Brownsville. Murdered the bastard, emergency surgery, plastic. Face reconstruction with the 8 heat and something. Touch you bad when you hit with the hard hog. P, my knuckles drag when the guard walk. That one time he was sitting on my mom's car.
Oh yeah, he was leaning on your mom's car.
I told him to get up and he took my bon ton.
I'm like, yo, that's my mom's car. He like, shorty, come here. Nigga took my bon ton potato chips. You took the chips out of your hand? Heavyweight champion of the world just took your chips. He took my bon ton chips.
Your bon ton chips? Your chips?
Yeah, and they sent me to the store.
And you went to the store?
Of course, man.
It's the champ.
Kind of a demotion to be like, man, go to the store. But it was Mike Tyson. Why wouldn't I? Boy, he sent me to Simon's to pick his clothes up. And I'm in Brownsville, I remember Simon's. And you said, Belmont and Mother Gas, he sent me to get his clothes. I came back and gave me $40, man. Bow! Yeah, big up Mike Tyson.
I ain't old school. I ain't new school. I'm a dropper with the tool that pop out. I'm the shit up in my hood. I had 3 wishes. I wish that a nigga would.
Where tonight, Don King Productions presents the Hard Road to Glory.
Every fighter that we fought in the HBO tournament was a Don King promoted, managed fighter.
King of the corners of the 4 square ring, you have won the ultimate championship of the world.
So once we wiped them all out, Don King had nothing. He had no more fighters. We beat all his guys. He had nothing. So what Don King did said, well, I got nothing. I'll steal the champ.
You are hereby proclaimed throughout the world as the undisputed heavyweight champion. 1 man, 1 crown, 1 champion. Stand firm and hold fast.
Don King is a gangster from Cleveland. He murdered 2 people when he was running the numbers in Cleveland. One was ruled justifiable homicide. The other he did 3 years and 11 months in prison for. He came out of prison in '71 and began to get involved in boxing.
I don't have to talk, do I? Because I don't know what to say.
Mike would say goodbye to the Catskill connection. Goodbye to the gym where he was born as a fighter. Goodbye to the men who had shaped and molded him. Goodbye to Kevin Rooney, his trainer. He had climbed the mountains and fulfilled Cuss's dream. But the man wasn't satisfied with what he had found.
Sometimes the game pisses you off and you don't want to play.
I am an extraordinary hustler, so therefore I feel that I am likened to only 2 or 3 giant promoters in the lifetime that we have lived in, and that's P.T. Barnum and Michael Todd and yours truly.
I felt like Mike was kidnapped into the Don King cult and brainwashed.
Don is a master of finding a person's weakness.
Reverted back to his hustler, gangster roots in Cleveland and started to rob and cheat his fighters, and to the point where 6 former heavyweight champions and 25 different fighters have sued King because King robbed them of their money.
That made it easy for Don King to sneak in, and he used, he got me good. He was pretty good. He's a very interesting individual. piece of shit Don King, who's just a wretched, slimy, reptilian motherfucker.
Get off my hand. Now, you say you've never had any problem with him. There was a report, which I can't confirm, but a report that at one point he either hit you or kicked you or both.
No, he didn't do that. But what he did do, he was acting like he is. He's an urchin from the ghetto. I'm an urchin from the ghetto.
Right. This is supposed to be my brother, my black brother.
I ain't doing it, you scumbag. You.
Not only am I hurt, I become the bad guy now. He would kill his mother for $1. He's ruthless, he's deplorable. He doesn't know how to love anybody. That's just the way he is.
Don King looked on Mike Tyson's marriage as his opportunity, giving him advice and counsel on how to take Mike over and how to make problems of various kinds for me.
After the Sphynx fight, there was the Stormy summer of '88, the broken hand against Mitch Green.
But Tyson said Green ripped his shirt after hassling him about not getting fully paid for their garden bout.
So what I suffered. Michelle Cicely Tyson.
So this is New York, and most of you are black, so you know about Dapper Dan.
What were you thinking that day you did that?
I was trying to get a fight with this chump.
There's that lispy motherfucker.
Boy scared to death. That's we had the street fight. The boy scared to death.
Dapper Dan was the man back then. Every hip-hop artist / drug dealer / killer / kidnapper /
Bitch Green.
Knock you Sausage Bill assimilation.
Whatever you slash with, you're up there. So it's not really weird to see people up there at the wee hours of the night.
Sausage Bill assimilation.
My cool is interrupted when this uncouth motherfucker walks in the...
Mike Tyson is tutti frutti, and I'm gonna kick his booty. Sausage Bill assimilation.
Oh, you ain't getting tired of being pussy with, motherfucker? Yeah. Your old lady's old lady?
The boy scared to death.
Double pussy. There you go. Now y'all some pitiful po-ass motherfucker.
Sausage Bill assimilation.
Go here, and I'm trying to close, and Mitch comes in, and then when Mitch comes in like this.
Oh, baby!
Oh, bitch ass nigga, what the fuck you doing in my neighborhood, you bitch ass nigga?
Oh, baby! Knock you Oh, baby!
I'm trying to stay cool, right? Because I'm in this white world.
Do something about it. He wouldn't do nothing. Oh, man, he freaked me out.
I got endorsements. I got Pepsi Cola. Not now, back then.
My name is Blood Green. Ain't no joke. My taxes is just Pepsi, but I like Coke. Oh, baby! Oh, baby!
Kodak. Not now. Back then.
Dog, he ugly. Tyson ugly. He a homo. Reba lives to say national. But Cicely Tyson is a homo.
Because white people love me. Not now. Back then. So I don't got time to fuck around with a $2 nigga, right?
Dog, he ugly. Tyson ugly. He a homo.
Trust me, Mitch. By all means, I don't really believe this is advantageous to your health. And I already kicked your ass now.
What, you want me to whip that ass again?
What bitch, nigga? You ain't beat me, nigga.
Fuck that. You didn't beat me, motherfucker. Anybody seen the TV knows that.
They know I knocked the Jerry curl juice out your head, motherfucker.
Reba lives to say national. But Cicely Tyson.
Motherfucker, tell me where Robin's at, huh? I'll tell you where she's at. She's at my house, butt naked, making grits.
Michelle Cicely Tyson. He's a homo. Oh, baby. Sausage Bill assimilation. Dog, he ugly. Tyson ugly. He a homo. Reba lives to say national. But Cicely Tyson is a homo.
Did you know that actually Tyson and Sal are good friends and he comes to the show? He knew, look there. Yeah, it's Mike Tyson. You see that? He got
You don't know him like I know him. Like I said, see, I got all them guys ducking me because I am Miss Blood Green, and I ain't no joke. Oh, baby, he's a homo. Do something. That didn't work.
Standing behind Mike, so a guy comes up. He has to be about 6'8",
He cut up to the Guild of Radners. He's standing there like this. He go, yo, Mike, yo, who's your friend? Mike said, yo, I'm here with my family. We visited, man. Just back up, man. I don't want no problems. That's what Mike tells him. So the guy goes, what? Hey, yo, man, I just asked you, man, who's your man right here, all right? Mike says, yo, man, I'm just telling you, please, man. I don't want no problems, man. Just let me visit with my family. Yo, man, I don't care, man. I'm just there. Mike said, yo, I'll see you in the back. Just see how I got silent then? The nigga said, what? Then he thought about it. He came back, oh, yo, Mike, can I talk to you for a minute?
My road to glory filled with thorns. Fluid thoughts from my brain and I trained to remain strong. They said I couldn't do it. Locked me in chains till my struggle's closer to the pain of a train killer. Please believe that I'll never be shamed again. Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fade me. I'm the product of the projects, lost and crazy. Throw your hands up, Mr. Bruno. Ride. Big Mike Tyson about to brutalize that ass tonight. No hesitation, front of the whole nation. I'll beat that ass so bad I'll probably violate probation. Through demonstration as I strategize information. Intent to kill, so it's real like I'm catching cases. Let the world know I plan to die. If I don't leave with what I came for and be denied. Now, my first round for the times that I spent in the cell. The second round for the media and the lies they tell. The third round for the pain that I felt inside. Let's recognize I won't be denied. When we ride, first rounds for the times that I spent in the cell. The second rounds for the media and the lies they tell. The third rounds for the pain that I felt inside. Let's recognize I won't be denied. When we ride, my road to glory filled with thorns. Fluid thoughts from my brain and I trained to remain strong. They said I couldn't do it. Lock me in chains till my struggle's closer to the pain of a chain killer. Please believe that I'll never be shamed again. Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fade me. I'm the product of the projects, lost and crazy. Throw your hands up, Mr. Bruno. Ride. Big Mike Tyson about to brutalize that ass tonight. No hesitation, front of the whole nation. I'll beat that ass so bad I'll body violate probation. Through demonstration as I strategize information. Intent to kill, so it's real like I'm catching cases. Let the world know I plan to die. If I don't leave with what I came for, won't be denied. The first rounds for the times that I spent in the cell. The second rounds for the media and the lies they tell. The third rounds for the pain that I felt inside. Let's recognize I won't be denied. First rounds for the times that I spent in the cell. The second rounds for the media and the lies they tell. The third rounds for the pain that I felt inside. Let's recognize I won't be denied. When we ride, I am Mike Tyson. We'll ride when I win ever. And the next champion.
I did this show called The Best Damn Sports Show, and I'm sitting on a panel, and it's me, Tyson, Tom Arnold, and John Sally. And Tom Arnold puts me on the spot and turns to Mike and says, Mike, Aries does a good impression of you. Aries, do it. You know, I love boxing and everything that it's done for me. But sometimes I get very frustrated with the media, which is why I get very tyrannical with you. And Mike was kind of laughing, but he wasn't. And he had like this snarl on his face. And after about 6 seconds, he finally said, you know, if you did that 2 or 3 years ago, I'd have chased you down the street and punched you in the spleens. But based on where I'm at in my life right now, I'm very flattered. Thank you.
I'm undefeated, you can never say the ball lost. So you know they probably try to rob me on the scorecards. But I'm so malicious, it won't go the distance. If I don't knock him out, the ref gon' stop the bout. I stick him with the jab, then pop the right. Hook him with the left, then the ref gon' stop the fight. But if I lose, that dude to get shot tonight. Fuck a boxing match, I'd rather have a chopper fight.
Tyson's car skidded off a wet road and slammed into a tree, knocking the fighter unconscious.
He was taken to a local hospital and then transferred to one in New York City. You okay? All the while, his wife tried to keep the media away.
No, give us a break. Give us a break. Give us a break. Give us a break. Good.
I mean, he ran the car into the tree. I mean, it wasn't an accident. But do I think he wanted to kill himself? No. But he did run the car into the tree.
Tyson left the hospital Wednesday, apparently after seeing a psychiatrist. Then he got on an airplane and flew off to Moscow, where his wife will be taping some TV shows.
In Russia, I would say, I thought somebody was going to die. Me or him. Well, I forget what floor we were on, but he was hanging over the balcony with his fingertips, saying he wants to make a comeback. I said, you can't come back. You're number one, you know. I don't know how I got him in the room, but I think he passed out. I think he'd been drinking and he passed out. And we flew back. And then the next day I did Barbara Walters. Michael is a manic depressive. He is. I mean, that's just a fact. It's been worse than anything I could possibly imagine. It's been pure hell. I've become afraid. He gets out of...
I was overwhelmed. I was just trying to keep my cool. You know, I always thought it was just, why would they do that to someone like that? Why would they do it to any human being?
I definitely regretted it. I mean, if I could take it back, I definitely would. Like I said, I thought I was doing a brave thing, and it was just very poor judgment on my part.
Police were called to Tyson's Bernardsville mansion by Robin Givens, who said that Tyson had gone on a rampage.
We were in the washroom area, sort of hiding, and he calmed down, and he said, Robin, come here. And I didn't go. I didn't go. That was the first time I didn't go.
There's two young kids that wasn't supposed to be married in the first place, and yes, everybody in the world in your business make you feel like you're in a freak show, and you play into it sometimes. Just, you know, it's just crazy. You know, it's just crazy.
Robin Givens fled to California from her husband, the heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. And today, Marvin Mitchelson filed for a Givens divorce from Tyson.
Oh, man, hallelujah. Oh, free at last, free at last.
Yeah, money, money.
When I was going through my divorce, I was just in a state of hysterica.
So he's telling this story, and he brings up the Robin Givens.
We hate each other. We have really bad things. And since we're going through our divorce, I'm going to my divorce lawyer.
The one thing Robin never told anyone is that I was seeing her the whole time.
After your divorce, you guys were still somewhat involved.
You know, the whole time we were still seeing each other. Now, he didn't use the word seeing.
Sneaking a quickie. I'm going to go to a little rump session with my ex-wife, right? Which I'm entitled to because I spent a lot of money. I invested, so I'm entitled to.
One morning at 1 a.m., I drive over to Robin Givens' house. My mansion that I bought her that I'm not allowed to go to. And I'm ringing the doorbell. And this isn't all that uncommon because I do this a lot, except today she doesn't come to the door.
Go to the house, I ring the buzzer, no one's there. I go back to my car. Nobody answers. So I go back to my car, and at that time, it's 88. I got the Lamborghini Countach. This is 88, guys. I got this beautiful Lamborghini Countach. It's a piece of shit car, but, you know, but it looks good. It's beautiful, right? I'm looking good.
You're looking nice right there, Mike.
She's driving my car. She's coming to my mansion. It's 1 in the morning. She gets out of the car. She brought someone home with her.
And as I go to my car, she drives up. I see a car coming up the road, and it's Robin's car. And why do you think I know it's Robin's car? There's a bunch of tricks in here, huh?
So she brought a guy home to see her into my mansion in my car that I'm not allowed to be at.
She drives up.
And when the guy gets out of the car, do you want to know who it is?
So I'm thinking, because she's on the show, so I'm thinking one of our white co-stars from the show, a whack-ass show, the head of the class, right? But as she gets closer, no.
Brad Pitt.
With the handsome Brad Pitt. I said, oh, man, I ain't gonna get no pussy.
He was a waiter, and she picked him up that night. It's before he ever made it into the movies.
He's got to be scared, because she's pulling up with your ex-wife at her house, and you're sitting there in a car.
What was your reaction when?
I was mad as hell. You should have saw his face when he saw me.
Oh, he saw you?
Oh, Oh, yeah.
So Brad Pitt's sitting there going, hey, man, hey, buddy, you know, I don't really know much about this. I know who you are. We were going to watch some TV, man.
Mike Tyson would just show up at the house.
Yeah, and it would scare him.
You should have saw his face when he saw me.
What did he do,
He showed, man, he looked like he must have been a little high, because I know about high. He looked like he smoked a little. He wasn't a Brad now with the reputation he's upholding, but, you know, he was like a beach bum, a little nerdy, you know.
So even when you were banging Brad Pitt, you found him early.
Nobody knew him.
That was before Thelma and Louise.
I should be like a talent consultant or something.
You know, the guys you bang go on to be very, very big, don't they?
And Mike Tyson says, I could kill you right now, and nobody would. And
Brad don't think I'm mad at him. I'm not mad at this guy. No white motherfucker.
Brad Pitt can't take Mike Tyson in a fight?
I don't think he could.
And Tyson walked away. He did the right thing, got in his car, and he walked away. But how great is that story? That's a great story.
Holy shit, Brad Pitt.
It just, well, you know, we would go on dates and we'd come back to my house and Michael would be standing out there.
Robin brought him home to Mike Tyson's house.
Terrifying that must have been. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, let's be cool, man.
And in a way, you're like an A&R person. I mean, you discover young talent. You're amazing.
You don't know what you do. No. Can I try it? You have no idea what you do. Stop.
Tyson felt he had nothing to be concerned about with Douglas. He obviously did not train. He had a lot of problems as far as paying attention to business. This is a kid who virtually lived in the gym in the Catskills. Now, I don't want to train today. Well, you know, who's going to tell him?
And he starts to kind of get out of sync because it's not the guy there that says, back on track, Mike. Oh, back on track. Mike, stop. That's no good. You shouldn't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. You should be doing this. You should be doing that.
You know, I started hearing him sort of saying different things. I'm the baddest man on this planet. No one can beat me on this planet. You never know what's going to happen.
That was gone out of his life. And this kid had to start to fend, start to try to trust people he didn't know, deal with things he didn't ever have to deal with before. And he's just a kid. He shouldn't have to. He's a boxer.
Mike Tyson in his prime. I mean, just get the fuck out of here. He didn't need to do shit. All he was doing was working out.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
Just fucking diesel, square-headed, destroying machine.
There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have, waking up every day.
On the left is an explosive Mike Tyson, who's had it with a man wanting his autograph.
Daring to challenge Tyson was James Buster Douglas, an obscure fighter with a decidedly unflattering reputation.
Nobody thought Buster was any kind of opponent at all. He had a reputation as a quitter, as a guy who wouldn't train, as a guy who was going to cave after Mike hit him on the chin with a punch.
I'm working hard, man, and just doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. It was a whole new world. He was a whole new person.
James Buster Douglas had finally gotten himself in fantastic shape. He was finally the jewel that everyone thought was there.
But just weeks before the fight, Buster was rocked by a devastating event.
Losing your mother a few weeks before you have to fight Mike Tyson?
A guy who didn't really ever want to fight now had the perfect excuse not to fight. He could have called that fight off and no one would have really questioned him.
I asked him at that point in time, you know, did he want me to cancel the fight? And he said no. You know, his mom would have wanted him to go on and fight.
She meant everything to me. I always wanted to please her.
People couldn't remember if his name was Bubba or Buster. Nobody was paying attention to this guy.
When I would say that James Douglas is great, he's got the potential to be a great fighter, I think they'll say you're fucking crazy.
One sports book in Vegas, one, puts this fight up 42-1 and gets no action.
As fight night approached, The odds against Buster Douglas were an astronomical 42-1.
This is a time when everybody in the world, everybody, thought Mike Tyson was the toughest guy on the planet, indestructible, could not lose.
I thought he was going to destroy Buster Douglas. I didn't think he was going to lose a fight for like years.
I remember King saying, it ain't about if he knocks a guy out, it's about how he knocks a guy out. And the whole entertainment value was Tyson dismantling people in one fashion or another. And so Douglas was strictly meant as a showcase of Tyson's vicious skill, nothing more.
The odds should have been 100-1, 1,000-1. How can you lick Mike Tyson?
Tyson, who's just fired Kevin Rooney, goes over with his entourage. They're having a wonderful time. They're drinking and cavorting and everything else.
I heard he was jetting back and forth to America to go to the China Club or something. He didn't consider Douglas for a second.
A quiet storm was brewing in Buster Douglas's locker room.
Buster was relaxed, got him in, warmed him up a little bit, wrapped his hands, warmed him up again. He was ready to go. I saw no fear in that man, none.
We were happy on the way to the ring. I mean, we were jumping up and down. We were saying, yes, it's our time. Just bring his ass on out of there,
Here's Tyson, for him, it's a stop on the way to the airport. For Buster, because of what's occurred with his mother, what's been building with his dad, it's his torrent about to be unleashed.
The challenger, James Buster Douglas.
The bell rang, and I could see Tyson wasn't himself, and he wasn't in shape. So I guess he figured that, well, maybe this guy's gonna fall down if I look mean at him. So Tyson looked mean at him. Douglas said, okay, and he started throwing a couple of jabs.
If he comes up to you, the best thing to do is just haul off and slap him. You know what I mean? Get his respect right then, because if you don't, he's going to bother you the whole school year.
See, Mike has to be careful also because Mike's standing in front of him, too.
Couple of right hands by Douglas.
What I'm seeing now is the fact that Douglas is getting Mike Tyson to reach in. When you reach in, that's what happens.
Another good right hand and a good right uppercut and two more good rights by Douglas.
And I was hitting him with big shots, early on in the fight. The first 4 or 5 rounds, he was catching shots.
Douglas firing away. That right was high, came back with a nice short left, a left jab, came up with a right and a left that missed. And there he comes back.
You hear his corners, Tyson's corner saying, be smart, work your way in.
Another good right, but Tyson comes right through it.
What Buster Douglas did that night was beautiful.
With Mike Tyson, he's going to continue.
He would wait till Mike would plant his feet, pop him twice with the left jab, move back out of range, and throw the right. So that Mike Tyson, normally the hitter, has become the hittee.
That jeopardizes you, puts you in a lot of trouble.
Douglas accurate with the jab.
Tyson's trying to leap in behind the left hook. Was extremely close to his mother.
Right hand by Douglas right on Tyson's chin.
Yes. Good left hook by
Douglas again with a left and a right, and now Tyson lands a right hand and backs Buster up, but here he comes.
When Mike throws his punch, Mike is dropping his hands.
Mike just was not technically equipped to defend himself against the things that Buster was doing.
But a right hand catches Mike Tyson.
There's that right hand again. This one happened every time.
He started landing, first round, second round, third round. Now all of a sudden Buster Douglas went from being what we call a scared fighter to a brave fighter. And he just paced Mike. I mean, he gave him a beat.
Another right hand, and now Tyson seems to be wobbled. Mike is not throwing back.
Hurt him badly. You could see Tyson staggering backwards.
Now just watch this combination. A long right, a left jab hook.
Come on, why don't you do now, baby? Stay alert. It's your fight. Your show. You understand me?
Grease, baby. You got it won. Just stay in control.
Just stay alert.
Control. This fucking guy's scared to death.
When Mike got into trouble, he had guys that had no boxing background working his corner. There was nobody there to give him good advice or good counsel, like a Customato or a Kevin Rooney, and then he was lost.
They're trying to treat Tyson's swollen eyes with what appeared to be a prophylactic filled with ice.
That is not ice, that's tap water. It was pathetic. Just total incompetence.
A heavyweight champion regarded as completely invincible in these circumstances is in big trouble.
But Tyson hasn't been asked before. In the second half of a fight, he's got to come back and win it. Look at the punches.
These right-hand leads are not diminishing in effectiveness, guys. Well, there's just no question which is the more confident fighter now. You see how easily Douglas is dominating the action inside.
Here he's against the ropes. I've never seen.
And there's a right-hand uppercut, and down goes Douglas.
And as Tyson's caught up in the ropes, he somehow throws an uppercut from the second row.
Oh, a right uppercut puts the challenger down.
Now, perhaps he's trying to bait him to come in and to relax, because that was the effect of it.
The most interesting psychological dynamic of the fight happened at that very moment, because James knew he had taken Mike Tyson's best shot, and he was still awake.
You could see his frustration. Not hurt, but frustration at being down as he pounds the canvas, aggravated with himself that he allowed this to happen.
I was hurt. It was a good shot. It knocked me down. But I was still focused.
He's back up on his feet.
Right to the body, he tries the uppercut again and misses. Douglas comes back with a left and a right. Solid right cross. Douglas wobbled again.
The ninth round was one of the great rounds of heavyweight boxing of all time. Mike Tyson came out with the intent of ending it. James knew what was coming.
Shades of Ray Leonard against Tommy Hearns. Douglas coming back with a left and right. Tyson is wobbling. Tyson needs the ropes for support. Douglas wailing away.
James fended him off. Bam, came right back at him middle of the round.
He's picking apart Tyson, who has come out, charging out of the gate as an angry bull. And by the end of the round, he's being beaten on like a cowbell.
Without the ropes, Mike would have gone down. Solid right hand by Douglas.
Taking the punches.
Oh, what a right hand by Tyson to begin the 10th round. The shot that will finish things in...
Oh, the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
When he hit him with the uppercut, I swear to God, I thought he ripped his head off.
Mike Tyson was falling. Sports writers were standing, wanting to get a better look at what they knew was history.
I thought he was going to get up. I did. But then when I seen him looking around for the mouthpiece, I knew it was over then.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
Say it now, gentlemen. James Buster Douglas, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
It was the greatest upset in boxing history, if not in sports history.
This makes Cinderella look like a sad story.
The biggest upset in the history of heavyweight championship fights.
Where did I go wrong in my thinking? What fight am I watching? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, what surprised you from the get-go? What were you going to try to do from the get-go?
That's what I did, whip his ass. You know, I mean, you come to fight, I come to fight.
When an intimidator fails to intimidate, he becomes intimidator.
I wasn't afraid of the man. I fear no man, because I believe in God. That's the only man I fear.
Mike Tyson is being invincible, and to see Buster Douglas beat him, it's crazy.
James Buster Douglas, the new heavyweight champion of the world.
I thought the earth had stopped spinning. I thought the cause and effect had been turned upside down. The laws of physics were broken. I couldn't believe it.
Listen to the crowd. What a shocking surprise.
This was undoubtedly the greatest upset in the history of boxing.
The upset was so staggering because Tyson's fury had made him seem bulletproof.
Incredible. Fast twitch, muscle fiber, and angst. And finally in his life, he's become special after years of neglect. And that special talent is knocking motherfuckers out.
80% of the training is all emotional. I try not to think about the fights, but usually I always think about the fight in my mind. While I'm in training, I would dream about the fight. And I always dreamed that I'd lose, and it was very scary. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
Buster killed me. Yeah, Buster killed me, kicked my butt. I don't know, I didn't train for that fight. I didn't really take that fight serious. I was those Japanese girls like it was eating grapes. You thought I was Caesar, you thought I was Caligula when I was out there in Japan, you know?
They say these things are blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? I just believe it was just a temporary setback. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm still the best fighter in the world.
What happened in Tokyo?
Well, it's a bad situation at the time, but I'll be okay. Buster Douglas fought a great fight, and I'll be champion again within 6 months.
And imagine what's going to be going through the mind of Mike Tyson Thursday night when he's here in Atlantic City sitting in front of a TV set and watching Buster Douglas and Evander Holyfield square off for the heavyweight championship of the world. It will be the first time in 3.5 years that Tyson is not involved in that fight.
I made 11 defenses of my title. And for 3.5 years making 11 defenses, I'm up there in the all-time rings. And what I went through, my 5 years, my 6 years since I've been fighting, what I went through, and if that's having everything, what I have now, if that's having everything, I would have been a lot happier with a lot less.
Since his shocking loss to Buster Douglas last February in Tokyo, Mike Tyson has fought once, a first-round destruction of Henry Tillman in June.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Henry Tillman.
He'll be doing a lot more movement than he is now. He's allowing Mike Tyson to trap him in the corner. With a combined 6 or 7 minutes of fighting.
A lot of people thought that maybe you had some questions to answer for yourself tonight. Were there questions in your mind, and if so, did you answer them?
No, I didn't have much doubt on the outcome of the fight. It's just that I was skeptical because I didn't give my best performance.
Mike is known to be like, hey, what's happening? What's going on? And then just look at you like something's wrong, man. And that shit, like, it terrifies everybody, man. So
Mike Tyson lived around the corner from us, you know? He had a label at the time, and he wanted me to produce one of his artists and work on some records with him. He invited us to a party. And we're having fun. And here comes Mike, you know? Mike, my boy. Hey, what's up, Mike? Like, oh, man, what's good, man? What's up with, Cable Line? As soon as I bring up dude's name, the whole tone changed. Like, he looked at me like crazy. So he just looked at me and just started saying, man, fuck that nigga, man. This is my shit. This is my house. He worked for me. I don't work for him. Like, this felt so disrespectful, even though he wasn't saying nothing directly about me, the way his movement, like the way he was talking to me. And
Mike told Eve, I fucked the shit out of you. Me personally, I was on the floor.
I was like, man, hold up, man. I'm not your son. You just can't talk to me any kind of way, crazy. Like, man, I swear to God, as soon as I said that, it seemed like the music stopped. Everybody just stopped what they're doing, looking at me like, this dude crazy? Fuck it. I'm just gonna just try to crazy it out, like, you know, like, fuck it. I'm hoping I got enough people to, like, help. Man, I swear to God, it seemed like everybody took a step back. He looking like Mike Tyson looked. So after, like, what seemed like forever, he just turned around and walked away.
A regular Joe Schmo, his head would have been off.
I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I'm good? Like, he didn't swing? I'm like, man, we gotta go out with a bang now. I'm like, I'm trying to get out the house, but I'm trying to be like, kind of tough guy, but I'm like more relieved. Made a scene leaving, right? I guess his bodyguards or whatever, they just kind of like, fucking let them go, and they opened the gate. And it was like you saw sunlight, like, oh, like we're out of here. Like,
we on a red carpet.
Okay, only
Locks,
the artists.
yeah.
Only the artists, okay.
All I heard was Mike say, I'll fuck the shit out of you, Eve.
His people called me on some record label shit, like, yeah, man, like, we ready to go, like, y'all ready to go in the studio? You know what happened yesterday with your boy? It was like, what do you mean? So I told him the story, and it was like, oh shit, that was you? Hold on. He put Mike on the phone. He was like, man, all I knew was, all I remember was getting into it with some little nigga and him saying, fuck you. And I was like, man, I like that nigga. That nigga had a lot of heart. Like, you know, he started going into his whole little speech and shit. Cool now, like, you know, but I don't never want to be in that position again.
Hey, Mike, Eve, you gotta hold that. You gotta hold that.
I don't want to be around Mike because I don't trust what he's going to do. You can call me a sucker all you want, man.
I just wanted to live a reckless life. I just didn't think no one could be champion
better than I could be. I could beat any bastard in the planet.
Come on, come on, because nobody can get close to me. They're not even close. I'm the best fighter in the world.
There's not a man God ever created that could beat me.
There's nobody that can beat me. There's nobody that can beat me.
Man, you don't understand the these niggas did. They make my wife, like I left my, they had my wife think I'm a punk ass. It made me look like a bitch ass nigga, humiliated me. So really I left because I wasn't even a man in my household no more. That's really the real reason I left.
That despite what happened in Tokyo, he has filled this building with about 16,000 people. And there you see the record.
38 wins, the one loss to Douglas in Tokyo. This the 40th bout of Tyson's professional career.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex, the Destroyer Stewart.
Keep throwing punches to try to keep Tyson occupied. If he stops throwing, he'll be dead. Tyson lands a right and another. This could be quick.
A good right hand that hurt Stewart again, but Stewart is still upright.
That was a flush right hand. And Stewart has quit throwing punches. You can see how wobbly his legs are.
Stewart must land something or else it's just a question of a few seconds.
That'll do it.
2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Stewart said that Tyson was a mountain he had to climb. He just got knocked off that mountain.
Is the coming arbitration with regard to the WBC championship and the possible WBC title fight with Ruddock?
Well, it really don't matter as long as I can fight for the title.
Mike Tyson's sister died, Denise Anderson. She was only 24 years old, but she was very obese. She weighed more than 300 pounds. She died of a heart attack at home in Queens.
You make you want to kill them, you know? Like line them up, St. Valentine's Day action. 18th, Mike Tyson ready to Ruddock dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
Just accept that and come in and do the best you can.
I dare you talk to me like that. You should get up and kneel to me now, and I'll spare you the night of the 28th. I can't wait till the 28th. I'm going to make you my girlfriend.
There's something you can't buy in that class, and you don't got none of that.
Just sweet. Make sure you kiss me good with those big lips.
I'm cautioning again, obey my commands at all times. In case you want knocked down, you go to the neutral corner, you stay there till I tell you to come out.
Crowd erupting, thinking that Ruddock is connecting. He just doesn't quite get there. There's a left by Ruddock. A left by Tyson, and down goes Ruddock.
Want to be a tough guy? Come here, and we're gonna fight.
An Indiana grand jury has indicted former heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson. He is charged with raping a woman who was a contestant in this summer's Miss Black America pageant.
There has been a rape incident report made, and it's my understanding that Mr. Mike Tyson has been alleged to have committed the crime.
And he made some very odd sexual references in Spanish and started doing this odd sort of salsa in front of me, like sticking his arms out and waving them, and I knew those words were from the gutter.
Hello, my name is Desiree.
Yeah, you don't have to know Spanish to know what the meaning was. And at that point, he reached out and he grabbed my breast. And I was shocked. I was stunned. I didn't know what to do, so I hit him.
My ideal mate is athletic.
Absolutely, women are Mike Tyson's, quote, Achilles heel. So, I mean, this is 4 years before the Desiree Washington thing.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson, and be sure to watch the Miss Black America pageant on this channel. And we will have fun with these pretty black girls. God.
I was like, white girls, Spanish girls, Chinese, you know, Asian.
They're all over him. All over him.
Preparing to go to prison. He spent 80 minutes with probation officials who interviewed him for a pre-sentencing report.
Everybody in this building knew he was here. They came down from upstairs. They came up from downstairs. By the hundreds, they came off the street to see Mike Tyson, who was sitting on the floor. And I was standing there watching as he sat on the floor signing autographs, many times running his hand right up the leg of a woman he never met in his life.
You don't remember? It's nothing but energy all day, just accelerated, man. You didn't catch me moving last night, man. Didn't you see me step to that tall piece of water like a thoroughbred? Not a loaf of bread, but a thoroughbred, man.
Oh, I'm in a dream day after day. Beautiful women, such an array. What can I say?
Some of them loved it and let him get away with it. Some of them pulled back. One of them even cracked him on the top of the head, took the autograph and ripped it up.
And I was like, hey, no, get off me, please, get off me. And he was like, don't fight me. And the person was a lot stronger than I was, and he just did what he wanted. And I was saying, stop, please, stop. And he just didn't stop.
Tyson went down there, he got jammed up a little bit. This girl claims that he raped her. So King said, well, now, let me get a lawyer that I think that I can trust. So he gets Vince Fuller. Vince Fuller doesn't know anything about rape. Anything.
Mike's defense fell to Don King's tax attorney, Vince Fuller. Fuller had never tried a case like this before, but King was confident until the end.
Within the past hour, the jury has returned 4 indictments, 1 for rape, 2 charges of criminal deviant conduct, and 1 charge of confinement.
We're very thankful for the verdict of guilty, but I don't think we should lose sight of the fact that this is really, in some ways, a tragic moment because 2 young people's lives have been dramatically affected.
Desiree Washington knows what happened in the room. I know what happened, and I know I'm innocent.
I mean, you got 200 girls that are trying to give you a phone number a day. Not 15, 20. 200. When I worked for him in a China club, the biggest thing was actually keeping the girls away.
I never learned to play the game. I just was angry at myself and angry at everybody. The judicial system hates me. It just hates me. For what reason? I don't know. What the did I do? Why would you give me 3 years? If the sentence was 63 and you gave me 3, you knew in your heart I didn't rape anybody.
Probably go undefeated his whole career, become the greatest fighter ever because of custom model. He's sitting in Indianapolis, in Plainfield, Indiana, in the youth center, serving a 6-year sentence. Now you go figure.
When I went to prison, it changed my whole outlook in life. It really, really me up. My attitude became really ugly and nasty. It made pretty much of an animal out of me.
I'm in here for something I didn't do, and I'm innocent. It's every day I'm walking a thin line through hell. People come out of prison, they come out in worse condition than they was when they first entered.
Jail don't rehabilitate anybody. The only thing you're doing there is multiply hate and hate and hate. Hate. You fall in love with hate in prison.
After 3 years in prison, he again fell in love with Don King, signing a deal worth over $100 million just days before his release.
He emerged just after 6 a.m. to the glare of hundreds of cameras, but the world would see and hear little of Mike Tyson as he shed the title of inmate number 922335.
He became a Muslim, had his sentence cut in half for good behavior, and on March 25, 1995, he was a free man. Tyson the Muslim was expected to fire Don King, but he did not.
They told me a lot of dreams. I didn't know what I could do when I got out. I said no. Where I trust these guys, and I believe they have my best interests. But I didn't understand what's going on, man. Really, I didn't.
Afternoon. In the last 3 years, I had the chance to reflect on my life and develop my mind, and I will continue my journey to making myself a better person.
I came out with more vengeance than anything. I used to be more evil and vengeance, you know.
There's been a lot of speculation about my plans, and here they are. I will fight again.
I signed contracts with these people for large sums of money. They didn't want to hear nothing. They didn't want to hear you need some time to get your mind together and your life together. You need this money. You have to pay back this money.
There's no question that when Mike was in prison, he was effectively bankrupt. Mike's future was well planned out by Don King prior to him getting out of prison. He gave trust to him in many, many, many areas, and Don managed to ensure that Mike had no lawyers, no financial advisors, and no accountants. I was walking him through some of the legal documents, just one of which managed to take $43.5 million out of Mike's pocket and put it into Don's pocket.
Cus once told me, I never forgot that. He said, hey, there's animals disguised as human beings out here. You're not sophisticated enough to decipher the two. They don't know that stint in jail had an effect on me where I didn't want to come out of jail. I felt very comfortable there. I was afraid to come home when I left in the end. I didn't want to leave. I was trying to go back, you know, but they wouldn't take me back. I'm scarred forever because of this.
After years of financial abuse by King and his company, Mike still stayed on the same road. King's chartered jet was there to take Mike to his new home with Don in Ohio. In prison, Mike had converted to Islam, but his religion remained Don King.
It was crazy. It was just crazy. Everything was just too fast. It wasn't real to me. You know what I mean? I was just in a real horrible place, and I just came out, and everybody just made like I was, oh, we love you, Mike. They had no ideas, some of the bad habits that I've picked up, and they love me. He told me all those white were no good, they ain't. They out to kill us all. They're gonna put us in the Holocaust and fry us like they do the Jews. We gotta fight these. Oh, he told me some good. Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah, we gotta get them. They're gonna fry us. And I started believing that they hate us, you know, and I played into that stuff.
Peter McNeely!
Keep laughing. Keep laughing. Real funny, huh? I'm Hurricane Peter McNeely from Medfield, Mass. On Saturday night, watch me kick Tyson's ass.
Peter, we have you for just a moment before you go out into the ring. Your thoughts before you get in with Mike Tyson.
This is for my grandfathers, my grandmothers, my father, my mother, Curly, and last but not least, Medfield!
The hard-hitting contender known as Hurricane, Peter McNeely. Introducing the one, the only, Mike Tyson.
This is the Nevada state rules only. Protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on.
Here we go. And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely. Seconds into the first round. Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas.
Mills Lane said stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut. Down goes McNeely again.
this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up.
What's going on? The round's
still going on. Correct. That was not correct. That was not correct.
That's it. He quit. McNeely has quit.
He didn't quit. His corner threw in the towel.
He didn't quit at all. McNeely didn't quit at all. His corner
didn't quit at all. He fought his heart out.
The little white woman judge who sent me to prison just might have saved my life. How did she save your life?
Well, I was no longer on the streets getting in trouble.
Introducing the undefeated Buster Mathis Jr. Mike Tyson.
Opponent's side and crack.
Oh, he got a right uppercut. Another right uppercut. And down goes Mathis.
As you know, I made the move and I caught him. I tried to catch him again. Then I caught him off the top of the head again. Then there's another one. The Jets glance and really didn't hit him as hard as I anticipated to hit him.
Oh, yeah! It's Mike Tyson out in New York City.
Word on the street is you've got a Mike Tyson story.
I have tons of Mike Tyson stories, but this one is crazy because it was one night we was at the tunnel, me and Big Pun, rest in peace. Big Pun's the biggest rapper on earth, double platinum, and the security telling him to take off his boots. They want to search under his boots. He was a big guy, he didn't want to. So it's only one security. The other 9 security is trying to calm down the security, like, yo, that's Big Pun. 10 bounces, it starts turning into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all start saying that, yo, let's just beat up Fat Joe and Big Pun. Now it's 8 of them. 8 out the 10. Only 2 are like, chill. So out of nowhere, we hear this voice go, yo, Pun, yo, Joe, let's F these dudes up. I got your back. We turn around. It's Iron Mike Tyson.
That's your dream.
2:30 in the morning.
That's the dream.
With the kufi on.
No.
Fresh out of jail with the kufi on. It was a blessing, man. Everybody's looking like, oh, my God. Like, what this is Iron Mike. So to speed it up, we ended up going outside of the tunnel, and Mike Tyson started chasing the bouncer around the car like 20 times.
Iron Mike Tyson. And he is the current and defending WBC heavyweight champion of the world. There is only one, Frank Bruno.
Didn't seem to do anything, but it was a nice effort.
And anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination with 20 seconds left in round 1. Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another left, and a combination by Tyson. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on, down goes Bruno. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
He's the master intimidator. He got in the ring, and it's like he knew where like the loose boards were. Yeah. He stomped really hard, and then he threw off his towel, and like the muscles just started popping up. And he's looking at me, and I'm trying not to laugh. And I said, the fight's over, man. The bell rang, and then the commissioner said, buddy, here's your stool. I said, I'm not gonna need it. You knew? I knew it was over. General, salute me, nigga, cause everybody knows it. Everybody. I'm a 5-star general, salute me, nigga. Salute me or shoot me, nigga, cause I'm a general. Now it's the law of the jungle. You kill or they kill you. See where I'm from, when you numb, then they feel you. Young niggas grill you, you might have to check a nigga. One time after that, they respect a nigga. Might have to deck a nigga, might have to shoot something. A stupid nigga might die trying to prove something. Fools frontin', that's the reason why the graveyards is filled. Cause everybody think they Braveheart. They seen Troy and they think they're Achilles. Until they looking down the barrels of the millies. They play tough till they walk up on they block. And I got this shit surrounded like a SWAT.
What was your favorite arrest?
My favorite arrest, I would have to say, is when I bought a Ferrari and I didn't know how to drive the Ferrari. The car went through the glass window and I had to get arrested because of property damage.
Oh, okay, I see. Mike, do you speak Spanish?
Poquito.
Very good.
Hey, Rocco! You want to meet our little buddy here?
Hi, Rocco.
Hi, Diego.
Hi, Diego.
Hi, Rocco.
Look at his fingers. What do you think about that, Rocco?
I believe this interview is over. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome, Diego.
I love you, buddy.
You're a liar. You're a fucking liar.
Okay, great.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing talking to the puppet. I'm losing my mind.
Look at that door. Kind of angels. Maybe that's for protection or something. Let's go. Let's go see. Look at that rug. That is so beautiful.
This is a gentleman by the name Jean Francisco Dessalines. He was a Haitian revolutionary when they were fighting against France, practically around 1802. Alexander the Great, Hannibal, Genghis Khan, the Mongolian chief.
Yeah.
All these men were fierce warriors, fierce and merciless.
You have a lot of symbols of protection around you. Moats and stuff. You got to put alligators in there, though.
I need to be protected. It's a cruel world out here.
They thought Holyfield was completely washed up as a fighter, and they thought that his name would attract a big audience and restore Tyson's own name. Otherwise, they never would have taken that fight. If they thought that Holyfield could still fight, they would not have taken the fight.
I truly believe that the fight will be tough until I convince him that, I am the man.
We'll see if he's overly cautious. And as expected, Mike Tyson comes out fast.
When they get close, tie him up for sure and tie him up right away. But Evander's a warrior. He will fight.
To more of what he wants, a sort of boxing match rather than just these big slugging.
Holyfield comes back with a left hook. Holyfield with a combination to Tyson's head.
Every time we get close, he can't fight inside with Mike. I don't think anybody can.
Holyfield digging to the body with a right uppercut. Again, something unusual. Oh, a straight left hand by Holyfield. It's been Tyson holding on.
It's just going to be long. Holding every time they get close, and they get close a lot, because Evander's not retreating. The tail end of my honeymoon, that November 8th. I flew in to see the fight, and it didn't happen.
Good exchange here. Tyson taking Holyfield too lightly. Mike Tyson, but a glancing blow. Back comes Holyfield. The right hook by Holyfield.
Tyson.
And Evander has the reach. He should use that jab more. This is how he hurts his opponent. Look at that right hand. And then up underneath. Look at the leverage, the bend in his legs. It's beautiful. That's how Mike generates that tremendous power.
But
that's a big left hook. Evander's legs not really buckled, but they caved in just a pinch. That was a big left hook.
Cut, not looking good. Above the left eye of Mike Tyson. So now a sense of urgency begins to develop. And a low blow by Holyfield.
That was a low blow to Mike. Holyfield hit him real low.
And it hurt him.
Holyfield's closing this round like a champion, like the overachieving warrior that he is.
Oh, down goes Tyson. A left hook. Note the time. 35 seconds left in the sixth.
Evander Holyfield is letting it all hang out.
They continue to battle after the bell.
And here comes the knockdown. Now, the knockdown is a surprise to, I think, everybody.
It's a shot in the chest, Ferdy. He hit him on the left hook check. It was a balance shot.
The guy that's tired here is Tyson. The guy that looks worn is Tyson, not Holyfield. Holyfield's looking chipper and good.
Holyfield has always known in the past what tools to bring to a fight, and he's proving it again here. Look at this toe-to-toe action. Oh, a straight right hand by Evander Holyfield that shook Tyson momentarily.
He got Mike's attention. Mike's firing back, and now the slugfest ensues.
Who thought it would go this far? Almost nobody. Oh, a straight right combination by Holyfield. Holyfield looking to air it out.
Holyfield's unloading. Now he's taking a shot. He's going for it.
Just when it looked like he was getting tired, he gets fired up. And here comes that champion's heart. It's a series of punches, some of which missed, but most were landing. And they were landing with accuracy, as you can see that.
Oh, Tyson's in trouble. Holyfield smothers Tyson. Looking to put Tyson down and end the fight. Tyson in dire trouble. He's saved by the bell.
One at a time. You can see that's the one that did it. See, as he came in, that's what they've been saying. If you ever catch him coming in, he's so wide open that he's going to fall apart, and he did.
We are looking at a sports legend in the purple trunks, Evander Holyfield. Holyfield continues to dig in. A left hook to the head. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's ready to go. A straight right hand. The Talbot stops the fight, and Holyfield has won.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever been privileged to witness.
I can't believe this. She keeps getting up. I'm so exhausted.
For only the second time in his professional career, the fighter once thought unbeatable had suffered defeat.
Tyson wasn't in good shape, and he was believing his press clippings, I guess, and Holyfield proceeded to give him another beating.
I was angry, and I was very frustrated. I lost him the first time. I didn't even know how he beat me.
As it turned out, Holyfield exposed Tyson, exposed the fact that he had gone way back as a fighter, and exposed the fact that he was basically a bully in the ring, and that if you stood up to him, that he would come apart.
On June 28, 1997, Tyson stepped into the ring with Evander Holyfield once again. It would be a day of infamy for boxing.
As a young savage of the ring, remember, he terrorized this division. My theory, he says, is destroy or be destroyed. We are about to find out.
What an unbelievable character he is, Evander Holyfield.
You can say that again. Holyfield, who performed what was little short of a boxing miracle 7 months ago. Fans were so worried for his health, they sent in get-well cards before the fight, and look what happened. We reckoned without his pride, his courage, his skills, his unbelievable willpower.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Iron Mike Tyson, the current WBA heavyweight champion of the world. Introducing Evander, the real deal Holyfield.
Any questions from the challenger, chief second? Any questions from the champion, chief second? Let's get it on!
Last time, Holyfield refused to be intimidated. That stuff, he said, doesn't work with me. Tyson has 20 first-round wins on his record. Here we go again. You just wonder what mental scars have been left.
Tyson already complaining a little bit to the referee there. Cut has opened already.
He's got a cut, and this time it's by the right eye. He has amazing will, and he's taken control early here against Tyson, who so far has looked flat and distressed. After that, they go to the scorecards. Now, Tyson goes for it at the beginning of round 3. Listen to the crowd. Right hand from Tyson looked a great shot, but Holyfield just sucked it up again.
You look at it slow motion, we clinch, and you know what? And you put your head like this, I did my head like this, so it's like, you can see that I'm putting my ear, it's like I'm setting myself up.
Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There needs to be a bite almost.
Why did you do it? Because I'm crazy a little bit, and I was bleeding all over the place, and I was frustrated, and
Holyfield is very unhappy. Look at this. It looked as if Tyson bared his teeth at one stage in the exchange.
I'm getting ready to bite him back. And so
why were you gonna bite me
back? Yeah, I'm gonna bite you back. You know,
fair is fair.
He bit his ear, that's what Holyfield was in a lot of pain from that. You see the blood on the ear, that was definitely a bite.
Boy, and because I'm from the ghetto, and so my first thing is, I'm gonna grab him and battle hug him and bite the daylight. I got to get him back.
Well, feelings are running very, very hot indeed in there. Holyfield was outraged by that.
Now it's become to a point that I don't really know who I am now, because I'm just mad.
When you bit my ear, it show you how I pulled my arm because you were holding my arm, and I pulled my arm out.
There he bites him there. You see him lift his teeth. And Holyfield in agony at that point, trying to rip free. In an awful lot of pain.
Yeah, well, I jumped up and I said, I knew why I would just kick him. Where are you going to kick me in the I'm getting ready. I said, I'm going to kick him.
And Tyson again looks as if he was about to have another fight. Holyfield is furious. Tyson clearly feels he needs to do something.
It was terrible. It showed the real brute, the beast that he is.
And so Mel Lane stopped the fight. He just stopped the fight.
Now what's going on in the ring? Threw their arms off. Now we've got a fight going on in the ring. Tyson wants to join in with it. Well, the fans who've paid up to $1,500 and some of them more on the black market to see this have seen a very sorry spectacle.
You can't describe it. I mean, the people who have paid an awful lot of money. It's a massive, massive event. And Mike Tyson has spoilt it all. It was terrible. It showed a brute, an animal in Tyson. You know, he couldn't win fairly, so he had to try and do that.
Pandemonium breaking out here as Mike Tyson is leaving the ring.
I was beating him, and you know, he spit out of my mouth and bit me in the ear.
Is that the act of a crazed man?
A beast who shouldn't be allowed to box. It was a terrible thing he did.
Fear itself calls people to do the easiest thing, the quicker thing to get out. I'm saying the whole thing is that we're in the fight already, so why do you have to bite somebody? If you feel that you can whoop me.
Well, I hate to say it, but it was a coward's performance, that by Tyson. You're going to get people now talking about a third match between these two. In my view, Tyson does not deserve one.
He did it because he was scared. He was scared of the beating that Holyfield was going to put on him.
What am I to do? This is my career. I can't continue getting butted like that. I got children to raise, and this guy keeps butting me, trying to cut me and get me stopped on cut. I got to retaliate.
And this could have been a retaliation by Tyson.
I called it a butt.
But you didn't take a point.
An unintentional butt, you don't take a point.
Why did you do that, though, Mike? I mean, was that the proper response?
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I got to go home and my kids are going to be scared of me. Look at me, man.
I don't think there can be any justification. He was a frustrated fighter because he was on the way, in my opinion, to defeat.
And I was just pissed off that he was such a great fighter, too. And I was just pissed off. I wanted to kiss.
The winner by way of disqualification and still the WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
This is a beautiful guy. Me and this guy both come from basically the sewage, and we watched each other grow to become established and esteemed fighters. You know?
Why you ain't invite me for the hot door?
So you surprised or what?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Passing through life, being acquainted with you.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, hot sauce. You should have gave me some hot sauce when I bit his ear, because it tastes like ass, you know. I need... No, I'm sorry.
The second fight, I realized he was headbutting me, and I realized that's how I felt the first time, the dizziness. So I started feeling the same blackout type of feeling. I was angry, and I reached out in very stupid rage. I really regret doing that, but wow, you know, I was going through a lot. I had a lot on my mind, and I was fighting a lot of demons.
Yeah, biting Mr. Holyfield's ear off and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
You don't care about that?
No, Holyfield.
I think he was frustrated. He realized he found someone he couldn't intimidate, he couldn't bully, he couldn't beat, and he just reacted in frustration and bailed out.
Saturday night was the worst night of my professional career as a boxer.
Mike Tyson is temporarily suspended.
I move that Michael Gerard Tyson's boxing license be revoked and pay administrative fine in the amount of $3 million.
He lacked confidence to win. He knew that he could not beat this guy. He was sure that it was impossible to beat this guy. So he said, you know, he bit his ear.
So now they go to basically say I'm crazy and mentally disturbed. I saw a bunch of psychiatrists. It made me more up than I was when I first went in there.
While waiting to regain his boxing license, Tyson broke with Don King, suing King for $100 million, alleging that King had cheated him out of tens of millions of dollars over more than a decade.
I'm just trying to get out this debt, man. That Don King got me involved with, but I'm just trying to get out this debt, man. He should have known he couldn't fight against me. Ali made him, I subtained him, and now I'm gonna break him.
Did you ever steal from Mike Tyson?
Never. Never steal from anyone. It's painful because I love the guy. You know what I mean? We both were urchins of the ghetto. When we came to the crossroads, I took left, he took right.
Mike Tyson himself, over the years, has said he knew that people were robbing him. He's contributed to that by staying with people that he knew would rob him.
As the battle over Mike Tyson's mental health continues, the latest round goes to the champ, according to the psychiatrist who examined Tyson this week.
Mike Tyson's problem or disturbance does not rise to the level of a serious mental illness called manic depressive illness.
Boxer Mike Tyson pleaded no contest Tuesday to misdemeanor assault. He was accused of kicking and punching two motorists after a traffic accident last August.
Mike's never been a threat to the community. Mike's a very sweet, very sensitive, very giving person.
Kind of amazing that you never killed anyone.
Well, it's amazing no one ever killed me either, so, you know, it goes both ways.
Former boxing champion Mike Tyson is a free man this morning. He was released after spending 3.5 months in a Maryland jail for assaulting two drivers over a fender bender. The final obstacle to his release was cleared when an Indiana judge ended his probation on a 1992 rape conviction. A spokesman says Tyson will return to the ring.
How many times does one individual have to be asked, are you sorry for what you did? This, you know what I mean, man. Mike, just you relax. I gotta be on my. You know, Mike, you relax.
Ruined my life, internally, ruined my life. And do you think I want to do it again?
Boxer Mike Tyson could be back in the ring before the year is out. On Monday, in a 4-1 split decision, the Nevada Athletic Commission gave Tyson his license back.
Mike Tyson now entered uncharted territory. While he hired Shelly Finkel as an advisor, he was spinning out of control between depression, anger, and rage.
Mike, Francois Botha, 6-1 underdog. Are there any concerns on your part?
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
How about
kill this mother?
Okay. How about the 19 months off?
What about it? What about it?
Does it pose any problem to you?
We'll see. I doubt it seriously.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you, or does it work against you at times?
You know, who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Fuck off.
Mike Tyson heads toward the same ring he made his disgraceful exit in June of '97.
I don't know if I'm prepared to fight at the end of this year or anything. Just a lot of things I've been going through, and I have to be prepared psychologically.
Two big misses by Mike Tyson. Another miss with a wild swing. Tyson continues to miss with those wild lefts. Both are off to a tremendous start. So with 10 seconds left in the opening round, scheduled for 10, both are off to a tremendous start.
Mr. Boda,
You fought Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, and also Vladimir Klitschko. What can you tell us? Who was the hardest hitter of all of them?
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, I mean, even when he messes you, ever wouldn't go past your face.
I mean, that is a mark of a shot fighter when you can't get off punches. Down goes Botha. That's all it took. One shot, he may not get up. Botha stumbling around. 8, 9, can he make it? It's over. It's over. Mike Tyson has returned.
I don't know why I wanted to be a renegade anyway. I was just living my life, being Mike Tyson, doing what I want to do, just being rebellious. I just wanted the taste of that world, you know what I mean? I wanted that forbidden fruit that everyone else had. But those ordeals, and you say, whoa. Sometimes it's so ironic. Sometimes I think about things that when I was 20 or 21, and I used to get so nervous. I thought, oh, God, what was on my mind? What was I thinking when I was doing that? I want to accomplish greatness. I want to, you know, that's what me and Cuss planned to do when we first started. You know, I want to get some closure with myself and get some kind of greatness. I popped on the scene and made it, and the realer I became to myself, the more phony everything else was around me. You know, I'm a great manipulator. You have to understand, in order to be the greatest fighter in the world, you have to be the greatest liar in the world. Deep down inside, I think I'm just an actor, entertainer crying out. You know, I'm doing it in the ring. Ah! I don't know what the hell I am. I'm a nut.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to waste my life, because when I die, I'm going to paradise. And I'm not worried, so I'm in a hurry to die. But no one's going to disrespect me, and no one's going to write nonsense about me without me retaliating.
I'm a real angry and bitter man, Mr. Mike. I'm real angry and bitter at some people. Really.
Orland, Night Train Norris. We head for the bell. That was a punch while they were talking. Oh, and he hits him after the bell, and Norris goes down, and he's right. Why would a blow on the head hurt your knee? I mean, you know. And you can hear the crowd chanting, "It's displeasure now." Well, I've never seen anything stop because of a knee injury. Have you? I haven't.
Nope.
And I've been in it for 40 years.
This bout has been stopped after round number 1 due to an accidental foul which occurred after the bell rang. This bout is officially ruled at this time a no contest.
What's up, you bitch-ass nigga?
I was disrespectful to people, and so maybe somebody would have shot me. I've been afraid, and said, I'm not gonna fight him, I'll give him this.
Test me, and death be the old war with the warlords. Have us hopping out of 4 doors with 4 fours. Lay him down on all 4s. And whoever don't lay down, sorry Lord, they all yours. Before all dishonor is death. Stripes on the left side of my chest. With all of the breath in my lungs and the bullets in my guns, I'ma fight to the death. Never run when it comes. Cause weak niggas can't come where I'm from. Certified G's die young where I'm from. You get hung if you sung. Your tongue get castrated. 10 of us when I was young and only half made it. I'm in the class all by myself. Cash him out can't define my wealth. I'm a general. I'm a 5-star general. Salute me, nigga. Cause everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. I'm a 5-star general. Salute me, nigga. Cause everybody.
You were on a radio show and you said something very hurtful about raping Governor Sarah Palin.
Hey, speaking of black guys and cocaine, did you see this Sarah Palin story?
Oh man, can you imagine it? But no, you know, Glenn Rice is he's a wonderful man. You know, he's just a wonderful guy. You want her to be with somebody like Rod, and you're jigging up and you get up in there.
I heard that you said something horrible on a radio show, but I never understood that.
I never said that. You must have misquoted or something. I never said anything bad about Miss Palin being raped. I made a comment about her having sex with a black man, her being such a strict right-winger. Push your guts up in the back of her head, right? You want Rodman in there, you know, Glenn Rice a nice, mellow, docile, black man, non-threatening guy. You want somebody like Rodman, yeah, baby. And I said, the gentleman that she had an affair with was a very kind, nice guy, very likable guy. And I said, that wouldn't make big news to a black guy and a white woman.
Let's get that donkey in here now. Let's go get it.
I said, she needed somebody more outrageous, maybe like Dennis Rodman or somebody, then that would be big news.
Yeah! You know, it's Ritmo 7. Everybody got to get that out of their system when they get out of college. Like, if you're a black man, every white girl, you know, uppity middle class, corporate owners, gotta give me a black man before I go prosper in this white world.
But the gentleman that she had a relationship before was a very kind guy, and that wasn't like anything bizarre.
You know, out of back away, of course we gotta get some of that peak cheeks before we go back in together. Everybody gotta get their share of love, you know. We should stop racism and just start having sex with each other before we all start looking like one another.
That I heard it and I thought, that it was derogatory towards women. No. And it was, and what would, if that's the way it's taken, would you apologize for it?
Well, no, it wasn't, I didn't say anything derogatory about it, and I didn't find a reason to apologize.
So I know she'd give Obama some notes. I'm sorry, guys.
The one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
Julius Grazia said every punch that Tyson threw was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Sphynx on the floor. Is Sphynx going to get through this opening round? Oh, another big left. It's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. It's all over. Oh, and he still wants to attack him, and John Coyle is trying to stop the fight, and Tyson fights on. I don't think he understood it. The fight is over.
Man, that's a lot of words.
C. I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I'm gonna use my fist to beat the out of Chupacabra.
Chupacabra is a really tough word for him.
Introducing the hard-hitting Andrew Golota.
Golota looks a little soft in the belly too, Steve.
There's a straight left hand right on the nose. A right hand by Tyson. Another overhand right by Tyson that got Golota on the head. There's the left jab by Golota. That scores. Misses with
off his head. He's tapping a little bit. He's not really unloading with these big shots.
Break. Over the left eye of Golota.
There's an overhand right. Watch his overhand right. That is right on the money. Golota's got a whole new problem.
Connecting with a devastating right. Tyson all over Golota.
Check this out. Show him that just like we worked on in the locker room. Show him that jab and step on it.
With huge rights to the head. There's another right hand. Golota's chin was standing there, but how much more can he take? Tyson again.
What are you doing? You fucking do this.
You're going to disgrace yourself.
I don't think he wants to go on. He wants to quit.
What are you doing?
Last second, the bell's going to ring. Throwing popcorn, soda, beer, everything that they can.
Throw things at him after he quits at the end of 2 rounds. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's hope this doesn't really get out of hand now. It's getting very... An outrageous display of cowardice by Andrew Golota.
Throw that right fucking hand. You hear? Stop the fight. Yeah, huh? Stop the fight. Don't you dare!
Don't you fucking
you dare, you cocksucker!
Golota refusing to enter the combat at round 3. Referee in charge, Frank Garza, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Iron Mike Tyson.
Stop the fight! Shut up! Don't talk like that! Stop it! Stop it! Don't talk like that! Stop it! Come on, you fuck you! You're gonna fight and you're gonna win this fight!
You're gonna win this fight. You're gonna win. You ain't quitting. You're gonna win this fight. Cut it out.
Stop it, Andre.
Now pull his people out there.
Andre,
the fuck is the matter with you?
Come on.
Come on,
Stop
man,
it, Andre, please.
Come on, man, dude.
Come on.
Give me the motherfuckers right there. Stay there. I don't have a daisy. No. Hey, you stay there. Stay there. Stay there.
Unbelievable animated graphic stuff from trainer Al Certo. Bobby Ches, what do you make of that wild sequence? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Steve, I've never seen a fight between a trainer and a fighter to continue fighting where the trainer wants him to, and he doesn't want to. He's either hurt, or he's scared, or he's a whole lot of both.
Mr. Galata, Andrew, the crowd is stunned. They can't believe it. What happened? What about the knockdown? Did you really recover from that knockdown at the end of the first round?
Actually, I was just sleep. You know, I hasn't been hit very well. You know, I was sleep.
Comes into him, bends. Beautiful. Look at him turn that shoulder in. That is a full power shot.
I was sleep on the down, and then that's it. I stood up.
What's up, you bitch-ass nigga?
What do you say to the people who are driving home now, the people who spent the $49.95 for the pay-per-view, the people who were rooting for you, your fans, and boxing fans all over the world, at this great and grave disappointment to the sport?
And I'm sorry.
What's it like directing Mike Tyson?
Well, it's funny, you know, Mike is really a funny guy, and when we didn't know what to expect when he showed up on the first Hangover, and there's a particular way to throw a punch in a movie. So I remember going, no, Mike, you know, just come over here, and Zach's standing here, and I'm sort of showing him how to throw a punch, and without missing a beat, he goes, "Oh, this is great." He goes, "I'm getting boxing lessons from the captain of the Jewish debating team."
The IBC heavyweight champion, introducing Super Brian Nielsen.
And Tyson goes right to work. Body shots.
And Mike has no let up in him. He's just unloading everything, all body right now.
And as usual, with bad intentions, going for the body and the head now. Some punishing body shots by Tyson. The crowd getting behind Nielsen.
Get off his neck, Brian. Get off his neck, Brian. Don't do that.
Oh, quick combination of the head. And down goes Nielsen.
He got caught with a clean uppercut and a hook in the right hand and another hook. And he is in trouble.
Down for the second time in his career.
Hey, how we feel, Brian? You're beautiful, baby.
Nielsen looking to make it to the bell. Because Steve Smoger.
There's no rule to cover you. I have to declare him the winner. Yeah, do you want me to do that? Yeah. Tell me in your own way. Yeah. I love you, babe. I'm going to declare him the winner right now. All right, corner? Yeah. Mike Tyson!
Heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
When I was a little kid, people used to bother me a lot, tease them. As I got older, I started fighting people back.
This is great. We haven't done anything together like this since we saw Mike Tyson get beat.
Faggot, you can't touch me. You're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face. Fuck you, ass for everybody. You bitch. Come on, you bitch. You're scared coward. You not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
The one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
We're underway. Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson for the heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson. attacking Lewis, and Lewis comes right back with 3 uppercuts.
Go to that body, go hard. Then make a man afraid of what's going to happen on top.
Lewis unloads with another right uppercut. Lewis pushing Tyson away also for the second time in this round and delivers another solid uppercut.
At this point in the fight, the bad boy of boxing is getting spanked by Lennox Lewis, but he is always dangerous.
Pushing Tyson back, leaning on Tyson. And right now, firing that right cross at will.
Lennox Lewis has been holding too much.
George, he's also been punching the crap out of him.
And we see less bobbing and weaving and less jabbing from Tyson, and Lewis measuring up.
He is a dangerous puncher.
Lewis leads on Tyson, connects with a right hand. Tyson goes down, but Eddie Cotton says no knockdown.
You see the man that's like this and you still doing this shit. Don't turn it, bang him. Get this motherfucker out of here, man. Stay alert, champ.
There's a right hand.
Oh, but he leans on him too much. That's what
and he leaned on him. But that's not a foul, George,
yeah,
is it?
You got to look at look.
But why is that a foul?
Back. But he's on his back. The referee did a good job.
So far, Lennox Lewis seems to be fighting Tyson and the referee, in my view. Tyson looks worn out
he is.
and tired.
He is.
Once again, Eddie Cotton is what...
Lennox Lewis is playing around too much. Put the right hand on the man. Because you got a dead man in front of you, and you still do this. Just let that shit go. This fight is all the way. You gonna fuck around and let him catch you with some shit if you don't watch. This man is dead out there, but he wants to quit. Stay alert, Lynch. And as long as this fight going, this man is dangerous. You better get him out of here. That right hand hurt Tyson that time. Better do something.
Lewis, another strong overhand right. Just 19 rounds of boxing for Mike Tyson in his 6 previous fights over the last 5 years.
Keep tuned up because what is this coming up? 7-8. There's no way to where this man should be in here this long. And the longer he's in here, the dangerous it is.
One at a fucking time.
You can do it.
Listen, Mike.
Fine, Mike. Don't worry about it.
Be fast.
Mike Tyson has been eating them.
Let's bring in Harold Letterman to see how he has the fight score.
Okay, Fred. All I gave was to Mike Tyson was round 1.
He can't take too many more of those right hands. Lewis keeps that up. That fight is gone.
Lewis sizing up Tyson.
This is by far the worst beating Mike Tyson has ever taken.
It's batting practice for Lennox Lewis now.
You're fighting for the heavyweight championship again. You understand? Not many people can do that. You understand? Now look, I'm not going to sit out there and just let you do this. You understand? He's never had a knockout past the 7th round. Lennox Lewis tripling Mike Tyson with a big uppercut, and Eddie Cotton separates the fighter.
He's called it a knockdown.
Lennox Lewis trying to finish off Mike Tyson.
Oh, he's doing a good job. He's got heart. You can't take that from him.
Big right hand from Lewis, and Tyson goes down for the 3rd time in his career. It's over. Lennox Lewis cements his legacy as one of the best heavyweight champions of this era.
He is no doubt the best heavyweight of all time. What he's done clearly puts him on top of the heap.
It doesn't require that kind of maniacal conditioning to fight that fight. And we just saw a masterpiece of a boxer-puncher in Lennox Lewis tonight.
The knees clearly don't touch the ground.
And powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight here in Memphis, Tennessee, the legacy of a 3-time heavyweight champion has been embraced. The winner by knockout victory, and still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Great Britain, Lennox Lewis.
A
just wanted to prove to people that, you know, I'm the best fighter in the world, on the planet. No guy tests this, man. I went out there and showed them I'm a pugilist specialist. I can adapt to any style. And, you know, he showed me one style that a lot of people didn't think I was going to be able to deal with. But I was able to deal with it. A lot of people thought he was going to get away from my jab, but nobody gets away from my jab. Well, you know, the funny thing about that is, you know, heavyweights mature at different times. I would say Mike Tyson matured at 19. He was nothing was standing in his way at that time. He ruled the planet at that time.
All fighters previously of his type in the heavyweight division, meaning Dempsey, Marciano, and Frazier, had short, blazing careers.
You're trying now to be a better person, though.
Well, I am a better person now. I'm not trying, I am. You know, I established that. Life has ups and downs. Anybody, hard times fall upon anybody. If I won a Nobel Peace Prize, still I'm gonna have to deal with life on life terms. You know, I had a incident where I lost my daughter in some family accident at home, and
it was a freak accident. Mike Tyson's daughter, Exodus, pronounced dead late Tuesday morning.
All the emotion he hides on stage came gushing out as he told me about the death of his 4-year-old daughter.
She had reportedly been playing near a treadmill in the family's Sphynx home when she was choked by the machine's cord.
this is my best thinking at the time. Get my gun, automatic, just like this, and just go crazy.
Once he got to Phoenix, he spent the final moments at his daughter's side here at St. Joseph's Hospital.
Who are you gonna hurt? Regardless, that's just my first thought.
That was, of course, the worst incident in your life, right?
Pretty much. No, I did some cocaine for a week. I had to get high. I had to back then. I had to get high. I couldn't handle it at all.
You never get over that, do you?
I don't know. I know it's just it's a new stage. It's the beginning stage, so I don't know if I get over it or not. You have to go. No, you understand, right? Thank you. Thank you, man. You want to take this stuff off? You can't define God. You know, a book, a story that we never seen, but he's there.
Right.
I know he's there.
You do believe he's there?
Oh, he's there. But I don't understand him. I don't know him. I just worship him. That's what we're born to do. Right here, this one right here. You know, nobody really feels for me no more in this world. I guess they just wrote me off pretty much. I'm thinking more about what I'm gonna do after box. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna take care of my kids, besides the trust funds and all that. You know what I mean? That's what I think about how I'm gonna take care of their kids, my grandkids now. You know, but my job is not being no famous guy, trying to be no rich guy. I'm trying to raise some kids, and I'm trying to. I just want them to have a healthy life, you know, a decent, healthy life. What you want to do right now, you want to start off with your jab, because you're a tall guy. What are you, 6'3", 6'4"? Oh, so you're a guy like, you're tall. You want to keep your jab. You want to keep the jab up. Pop, pop.
Do you ever look back and say, I'm not that guy I was?
All the time. Wow, yeah, it's pretty interesting you said that. Yeah, I look at that guy and say, what was going on? What was happening there? You know, you have no idea what was going on with my life back then. I said, what was going on back there? Then you go jab, boom, boom. You have to bring this back before this. And that's the knockout punch. The knockout punch, the actual knockout punch is to make two punches sound like one. I'm a big, strong nigga that knocks out people and rapes people and rips off people. You know what I mean? Bully people. You.
What a phenomenon Mike Tyson was. 19-year-old, 20-year-old boy, the youngest man to ever become champ of the world. He hit guys and knocked them unconscious, not unlike Joe Louis and George Foreman. And he had hand speed like a Muhammad Ali, and he'd move around. He's going to be remembered for a long time.
What will people remember about Mike Tyson 50 years from now?
50 years? I don't know, I'm the most destructive, ferocious fighting machine that God ever created.
Just to know that I could leave the sport and be respected as a human being, and just a guy that was, you know, killing everybody as they put it.
I understand this society that I live in hates me. I'm a suck. I'm a spin it. I'm a live until they kill me.
The Mike Tyson era will never be forgotten.
There's no fighter out there right now, I think, that has captured the attention since him.
Not like him.